Oh, I forgot. I turned this off here. Hold on. Huh. I was having fun with Alice, so I'm gonna play her a little bit more. Now, let me see if this thing's gonna act right. That's weird. Okay. Hold on. Hey. Hey, Chris. Good. I had to get my phone set up because I'm tired of being trolled by Damien, so in case I can actually see who I'm dealing with. Okay, good. Okay, now I can actually start the stream. How was your day, by the way, Chris? Damn, that didn't work. I see. But I can tell anyways, like my phone is set up, I can see. I'm literally watching my stream on my secondary account. It's a good thing I do have 2 accounts. I just started doing hey to a reference to this wrestler Titan when he debuted in New Japan. I don't know too much about New Japan wrestlers outside of, like, you know, Jay White, John Moxley. Los Ingobernables, de Japan. Interesting. Guessing that's Spanish for something. Oh! If she comes in Team King of Fighters 15, I need SK to fix that, but that doesn't happen. Oh, Chrissy, have you heard of, like, the newest complaint about Garwu City of Wolves now from some people? People not complaining, like, I'm tired of seeing Pari's like mechanics in every fighting game now. And I'm like, in my head, you are the same bitches who want defensive mechanics in your fighting games. When fighting games give you defensive mechanics, you're like, oh my god. Like, shut up. Y'all are never satisfied. Never satisfied. And I'm so tired of certain people who play fighting games. Like, y'all complain when fighting games does too much. Oh, we need more defensive mechanics. Okay. Said fighting game has defensive mechanics, you're still bitching. Shut up. Of course, I'll send you one right now. Okay, I got you. I sent you your invite, Chris. I hate. No one, take your time. Let me know you're ready. If I'll send you another one, I have to. Nope. Oh, Alice, I do hope you're in Garou City of the Wolves. Like, I doubt you're gonna be in King Fighters 15, and 16's far, far away. So I do hope you're in City of the Wolves. Like, I can do Alice's record so well on the right side, but on the left side, that shit is a struggle. That's crazy. The infamous tackle, diving tackle. Well, sometimes I can do her work. Wow. Hey, Chris.
Oh, can you hear me?
I can hear you just fine.
Nice.
That's
before
good.
Before I say anything else, happy birthday, Queen Zazzy.
Thank you. I'm saying thank you like it's my birthday. Mine's is not for another 2 months.
Well, that kind of like follows the whole thing where you kind of feel some kinship like with the characters you made sometimes.
Yeah, I really love Zarina. I do. I really do. But I'm not holding my breath for her to be in 15, but it would be nice. But I just want 15 to be a good season. SK actually shattered expectations with this final season. But I wonder when they're gonna announce it, because I mean, Evil's not that far away, but I don't want to wait.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just super excited. I'm happy it's actually a thing, but I don't want to wait all the way to Evil. I want them like to do something before Evil. I'd rather the first character for season 3 be playable after Evil's over.
If you recall, like in the video I did about it, I had slightly kind of wondered why they didn't just throw up a little something at the Summer Game Fest where it's like, hey, season 3 inbound, and then just psh, it would have been good. But I also, and thanks to like a couple of people I saw on Twitter, they were talking about charge rates for like, you know, the amount of time
it's like,
put the trailer out there.
Like $250,000.
And I still stand by what I said. Like, I don't know if Vault's put the podcast out or not. I don't think he has, because I would have gotten a notification unless it got lost in the shuffle, because I've been getting a whole bunch of notifications.
Yeah, you're a busy man.
But I can see like the fact that they were just wanting to promote the game that's probably going to reach that particular audience, because, you know, like KOF 15, I like the game, but like SNK fans freaking who are still mad about the multiverse mess just can't read the room. King of Fighters 15 failed to grip that freaking casual audience. They did.
Yeah, it's mostly us hardcore fans who got it.
And like, people think that that's not the case. Like, it always makes me freaking just whinge. See, that's what I say. I don't say cringe, I say whinge. I've always said that. It always makes me whinge. They were like, oh, but KOF 15 had the most single player content of all those games, and I'm like, no,
that's a lie. 14 did.
Not like other games that were like nominated for the Fighting Game of the Year award that year when it lost to Multiverses.
But
like,
didn't Multiverse like had some extra modes in it too?
JoJo's Bizarre, the JoJo's game had the most.
Wow.
So that's the funny thing about both of those games. Like, both Multiverses and KOF really didn't have that much in terms of single player content. Multiverses just had more recognizable characters. They crafted their format like after the most casual friendly fighting game that's ever been made, or at least one of them. It's like, it's a 1 and a 2, but yeah, like, I just like this season. Like, it's just gonna be very interesting.
I just want to know who they're gonna pick, because I don't know. I want to know how many characters we're gonna. Because I want to be wrong. I don't think we're gonna get 8 or like I think we're getting 5 more at best. I'd love to be wrong, but I'm getting like the feeling 5 more at best.
That's another one of the hottest topics right there. People are talking about like with Street Fighter, like, oh, it's just 4 characters are unacceptable. I'm like,
because Street Fighter 5 had 6 characters per season. 6. The final season, you technically didn't have 6 because people don't want to count it, but you know, 11 does count as one of the characters. You know, 11 is a clone character, like a Mokujin randomized character. But Street Fighter 5, you got 6 characters per season, while Street Fighter 6, you're only getting 4 per season. So people are like, come on, man, that 4 is whack.
Here's the kicker, and this is why, like, I wish people would like avoid talking about Street Fighter 5 in this aspect. With Street Fighter 5, you didn't have to pay for those characters. You didn't have to pay. You could have grinded the game like for the fight money, and then boom. Like, we don't have that anymore. Which I wonder if people hadn't figured about that. I wondered.
But in effect, Capcom does give free drive tickets, which you can use to purchase the characters and stuff.
Oh, I know, because freaking Bison simp freaking was like, hey, use some drive tickets. Like, no. Speaking of my day, like, I did better at like kind of just funneling out stuff, and that's all because imagine like I freaking woke up, looked at my phone because the alarm had went off, and you know, like I get all my notifications like from YouTube through the phone, and one of the first notifications I see was somebody with the Melee video accused me of spreading misinformation.
What? What misinformation did you fucking? Oh my god, motherfuckers are so annoying, Chris. It's not even about me being your friend. It's just I hate the lies. Yeah,
because like because he was like, man, the K49 mess wasn't a freaking controversy. I'm like, I literally didn't say that, number one. And 2, in the same video, I mentioned another video where I debunked the whole thing. And within that same video, I was debunking people saying, hey, Lee's going through the K49 thing. I debunked that. And then, like, I was like, you didn't even listen to what I said, so whatever. And then they accused me of clickbaiting my title because I put a question mark at the end. I'm like, that's a question, though.
It's a question. Did they not watch the video? It's a question. You're asking. And hey, Justin, by the way, you didn't see the hello.
Hey there, Justin. And it's actually me. No freaking clones this time, man. I'd love for him to try to freaking clone me, and I'm just sitting right here.
Damien's also busy doing a Tekken stream. I'm going to rewatch it later, but I really want to do the Zarina stream. I already did it later, but I have my boss at my second job. They're short staffed, so I have to go in tomorrow. No, I don't work there on Thursdays, but they's like, honest, we're short staffed. We don't want to bother. I'm like, no, it's fine. I'll come in. So that's the reason.
I'll just say I'll be right back.
No problem. Plus the money. Shit, helps me pay my rent faster. Thank you, Justin. It's okay. Like, it's really no big deal to me. Like, the job, like, unlike my main job, you know, my main job, I get more hours and stuff. My secondary job is not as stressful. Oh, not a problem, Justin. My pleasure. I've been really enjoying your Assassin's Creed video. It's good to get more of your not when I get more of your personality when I watch them. Your commentary is very colorful, like myself. So, and I can tell you really love what you're doing. So it makes it very fun watching your stuff. So yes, I do enjoy your side. I can't wait. I do hope you. I'm not sure what game you decide to do next. Whether it be Hitman or like a Watch Dogs, whatever. I'm looking forward to it. And I'm pretty sure you'll be buying Assassin's Creed Shadow when it comes out. So that's definitely gonna be a fun watch. Diving tackle. There's rising tackle, there's horizontal tackle, but nothing is better than diving tackle. That should connect. I mean, I think Yasuke and the lady Shinobi, the Kunoichi, is gonna have a pretty cool dynamic. I'm getting all my words mixed up, so I think it'll be enjoyable still. Well, I'm guessing some missions you gotta be only Yasuke, and I'm pretty sure the other times you're gonna have to be the Kunoichi. So I'm not sure they're gonna let you like switch back and forth between who you want to play. I guess it'll be depend. But I like that I'm not the one making the game, so you never know. Maybe when they show more gameplay, it'll be more obvious how the game functions. I mean, hopefully it shows some soon, but it's got games still like early in development, so I think that's why we're not seeing much yet. But I guess it'll show something eventually. My body's still aching from the bullshit at my job earlier. One day I hate by playing Lotto more than anything. Maybe some rude, annoying customers, but I hate the customers who just hang around for like hours. And I constantly standing up, so my legs eventually start hurting me. And you know, the Bengay helped. The Bengay obviously wore off. Now it's like I gotta take some more if I go to bed, because the only like fucking with me is his damn aches. Oh, that's cool. Oh yeah, I forgot Gears of War's getting a new game. I definitely forgot they announced that at the summer games. I hate standing. I mean, I don't like standing in general, but I don't have to. But I hate standing for a long period of time. People like, oh, you lazy, or you young. First of all, they know I've been going through leg issues since I'm in my mid-20s. And, you know, I went to doctors about it. Doctors act like I'm a crazy man. So I stopped talking about it. All they do is like, oh, you want to try therapy and naproxen? Like, the fuck? My legs be hurting badly. And, like, I'm like, at this point, I'm like, you know, I went to wait till like 47 years old or something for people to give a fuck.
Well,
you okay, Chris?
Back the moment that you were talking about leg issues. Which, by the way, also, like, that freaking person I was talking about, like, before I left or whatever.
The touch grass thing?
Yeah. That's where that came from, because I'm like, why do people, like, every time somebody tells me that mess, it's just like, you are, what's the Buzz Lightyear quote? You are a sad, strange little man.
Like, it's corny. Like, first, oh, touch grass. Like, bitch.
I'm an avid outdoorsman. Like, I've been, pretty much once my parents split, then, like, with my father going away or whatnot, and, like, before, of course, everything happened with me, like, with the Raptor and everything, I was pretty much doing, like, all the yard work. And I mean, I just like being outside because honestly, like, it's just therapeutic just walking. And as one of my good neighbors says, breathing God's air. Like, I would have gone out earlier today, but like there was some stuff in home that I wanted to take care of, not related to videos or whatever.
Of course, of course.
One of them was actually trying to hunt down where like the little water packages were for my hydration backpacks, and I found both of them, and I spent pretty much the day trying to clean them out. That way I can start using them again. Because I'm gonna definitely need those. Like if I'm gonna try to like tackle doing yard work now, like I can probably do it. It's just my pacing is gonna be not as good as
slower.
It used to be.
Yeah, but you also don't be too hard on yourself. Your family knows about your condition, so do what you can. I'm pretty sure they don't want you to like overdo it.
Matter of fact, like the last time, I don't know if it was my mom, but like they got my little cousin to do it, and I understand why they did it, but like it's kind of weird trying to do yard work around here when it's about to be dark. So, but that was just, I just always laugh. Like I don't even laugh when like that's just how bad it is. Like I'm just like touch grass and like this again, and then this person's like, go actually play some KOF and then touch grass, and I'm like, I do both those things.
Oh,
but
yeah.
But this person did what I call striking out, getting a strikeout in a record number of times. Because the first strike was taking me blatantly out of context. Second was just being dumb. Like, really, you're gonna freaking say that it's clickbait because I put a question in the title? And they made some allusion to like, oh yeah, like that's like saying the History Channel wasn't BS because they put question marks on the end of questions. And I'm like, I don't know what that has to do with anything.
Do with your shit.
Here's the problem. I think I know what they were trying to say, but the problem with it is this: they still misinterpret it. People will ask a question about something and then do a deep dive about it and then come to like some type of conclusion, which is what I did. Their third strike was then calling me retarded, and I'm like, yep,
wow. Block. I mean, what a dumb bitch. You fucking back to the real retards are the ones who don't know how to have a conversation.
And you know what the comment, like, you know where they put that comment? Because people forget, like, they have that mess on mobile where you can look at somebody's account and see how many comments they put on your channel. They commented because, like, if you look at that video, I pinned a bit of information that somebody told me where it's like, and I hate the fact that I missed it, because I can't acknowledge mainly because he was mentioning his story. I mean, not his story, but his interview for KOF 15. And I took that comment, I hearted it, and I pinned it to the top. And then they go right below where I actually thanked the person for giving me that info, and then here they come to myself, is the Chris Lewis retarded? And I'm like, you just struck out in a record number of times. I'm like, block.
I don't get it. I feel like people, because they feel like you're a nicer person, I know your heart, I know you're a good person. Like, you know, everybody has a bad side, but you're generally a nice person. And like, you don't, that's what pisses me off. It's like motherfuckers like me who will quick to curse a bitch out, who will say a dumb shit to you, leave dumb shit in my comments, because I love arguing. I love that about myself much later in life. I love to argue. That my future boyfriend, if I ever get one, is going to catch hell with me when we argue. But my point is this. I don't understand. You're like not being an argumentative person. You're having like, okay, let's have a conversation. You're bringing in facts, you're bringing in points, and someone comes in there with the intentions of being a dickhead. It's like, what is your damage? The man explained himself verbatim. If you watch the video, you have a comprehension of the English language. Nothing he said didn't make sense. That's why I was like kind of shocked when you turned on your first Fate of Fury, but I understand why you did it. But I was still shocked, like everything he said made sense. He even put references. He even like, come on now, like what are you guys talking about? Like when people act like, oh, who's asked for KOF characters in Fate of Fury? A bunch of motherfuckers. A bunch of motherfuckers.
Here's my thing. The reason why I didn't plaster so many of those people is because I know it's 2 different platforms, but I'll look at YouTube or I'll treat stuff like that the same way I've seen it happen on TikTok, because far as like, I mean, I do still think like the government trying to ban TikTok is a waste of time, but that platform is so broken when it comes to like its own TOS, because how in the world is it that you have somebody out there like joking around doing something like wearing blackface or brownface or just being racist or being sexist, misogynistic or homophobic, and then somebody stitches the video and calls them out, and yet TikTok bans the person that called them out instead of the person that did it.
That's what's stupid. That's why I don't really feel bad. I mean, I feel bad, like, you know, you just come and try to silence people. I personally don't give a fuck about the person on TikTok. And TikTok is just another stupid app. I just feel, I hate the fact they're trying to get banned because the government exposed the shit going on in Israel, Palestine. It's not like the government trying to get it banned because, oh, TikTok's just a stupid app. That's not the reason.
And the fact that you just don't own it, or
yeah, that's it.
Doesn't own it.
That's the only. That was like not the reason. I really would. If our government is like, you know, I think TikTok's stupid. Let's get rid of it. I'm like, you know, girl, go knock yourself out. There's more important things to do, but knock yourself out. But because they're trying to silence TikTok, because how it exposed the situation between Israel and Palestine. That's why they try to ban it. I'm like, oh, bitch. But I don't understand. Motherfuckers come at your comments like you're a sweetheart, Chris. You will are. I'm not saying no one's perfect. I'm not saying you ain't got no rough bone. You know, you got no dark side, whatever you want to say.
Oh,
but it's just like, definitely. I mean, but it's like my whole thing is like, you don't fuck with people. You really, really, really don't fuck with people. So it bothers me when people come at you sideways in the comments, because I feel like they try that shit with more like a lesser known YouTuber or YouTuber who loves to talk shit back, like myself. It would not be fun for them. But they like, oh, Chris is not like that type. He's not the type who's gonna argue with me. He ain't gonna curse me out, say my mom should have aborted me while she was like, you know, he ain't gonna say nothing like that to me. So I'm gonna continue talking my mess. The worst he's gonna do is block me. No, sometimes some people need to go and be cursed out, because a lot of motherfuckers talk shit on the internet because they on the internet. Because a lot of them want to do that shit in real life.
Of course they don't. And it's like, my whole thing is like, and it happened. The thing is, it happened again, because the funny thing was, there was somebody still spreading the misinformation about the K49 freaking copyright mess. Like, somebody in my comments was literally still doing that. And the funny thing is, this person even tacked on. Remember the freaking fake controversy about Fei Long and the old composer?
The Bruce Lee, yeah. That guy said, oh, because Bruce Lee's fan don't want Fei Long might be Fei Long time. She fought against him because of the Bruce Lee family, which was bullshit, which was turned out to be nonsense.
Yeah, this person, this other person in the freaking comment section also was tacked on that, and I'm like, both of those things were debunked. But it's like, this person doesn't get the smoke for it, but I do. It's the same thing like with the freaking the Fatal Fury video you were just talking about that I did, where it's like, why you got KOF characters in here? It's like, you're gonna give smoke to somebody who says they don't want KOF characters in there, and probably give none to the people who requested them in the first place. It's like, I've got hit with that mess 2 different times, and not to mention, I got a Bison freaking simp, mook, whatever you want to call him, and a Bison hater mad at the fact that I said, hey, he looks cool, but I'm still not interested. But apparently that's just the most horrible thing to say. It's like, people have said mess worse than I have about Bison, okay?
They have, and it's like crazy. Like, you know, my whole damn thing is this. It's like, people don't understand. All the time I think we should, or like I say, I'll say this to the day I perish. Long as it's not about sexism, racism, homophobia, or like, you know, misogyny, anything bad, xenophobia, about disabled people. You're allowed to have a different opinion. You like say, if I say I love the color red, I think the color red is the best color in the world. You say I love the color green. That is not an argument. That is nowhere argument. You like green, I like red. My actual favorite color is creamy pink for those who care, but I'm just making an example. We don't start getting into an argument. We don't start calling each other names because we have 2 different favorite colors. If I think pineapples belong on pizza, you don't. That's fine. Those are 2 different okay opinions. People argue about the damnest thing that you say, okay, I don't like this category. You're like, I don't like M. Bison. I don't like M. Bison my damn self. I think he's whatever. He's overrated for me. That's fine. Someone said, I love M. Bison. That's fine. I'm not allowed to tell that person, you can't love M. Bison. That person's not allowed to tell me, I God like M. Bison. And the problem with people.
Go ahead, my bad.
No, okay, no, I'm in my part. I do it to you too, so don't feel bad. I apologize. Honestly, don't worry about it. That's fair, fair. I can acknowledge when I do it too. It's just why I had something thrown in my head when I get out in the moment if I forget. That's why I tend to do that sometimes. What's up, Justin?
Welcome back, Justin.
But my whole thing is this. If people are allowed to have a different likes and things, well, it turns into a fucking argument. And I don't know why people don't understand that, well, it's okay if someone doesn't like something the way you do. Like, I love Zarina, but if someone came in here right now, I don't care for Zarina. You think I'm gonna argue with them? No, I'm like, okay.
You and me are on the same wavelength with that. It's like both of us know, like, some of our favorite characters are like hella niche and obscure. And like I said, I don't care if it was somebody, like a content creator on the tier of Maximilian. I don't care if it was somebody on the tier of like Justin Wong. I don't care if it was somebody within the same tier as both of us. I am not about to go to people's videos and post and defend the honor of Darlie or Queen Zizi. Like, come on, man. I don't need, like, it should be simple.
I like her. Like, that's it. I don't care if you don't like her. What you not like her has anything to do with me, and vice versa with you.
It's like, And then that also reminded me of something else. One thing I'm also tired of. I'm tired of people that keep twisting folks' narrative and stuff. Because there's one faithful viewer of mine who is like, while he annoys me, he'd have hit his 3-strike show. I'll tell you why he annoys me, and you'll probably get it. But he was talking to like another. Funny, he was talking to another Chris that also sometimes comments on my stuff, and he actually agreed with me about the whole thing where. And the funny thing was, I've never even said that I didn't want Terry and Mai to be guests in Street Fighter 6.
You never said that.
All I said was, hey, in the future, can we get some different reps, please? That's it. And this other fool comes in, he twists the narrative by saying, the narrative is, and the fact that he used that word made me roll my eyes, and I almost thought I freaking got under his skin because I kept air quoting the word narrative when I said it. Because he was like, the narrative about Mai is that the narrative about Terry and Mai is that they're picked all the time. And it's like, no it isn't. This is demonstrably false. It wasn't Terry or Mai in freaking Tekken 7. It was Geese. It wasn't Terry or Mai in freaking Soul Calibur. It was Maru. Like, it wasn't Terry and Mai in Zendo Zhuang. It was him and Benimaru. We know that those two aren't always picked. And the funny thing was, the other guy said it. He's like, what we're saying is, that's still 2 more than almost any other freaking SNK character, now 3 in the case of Mai. And then he's trying to conflate it by saying, well, it was just Dead or Alive, like it's just one franchise. I'm like, it's still 2 games.
2 separate games. Dead or Alive 6, Dead or Alive 5, 2 different games.
I would give you a freaking not you obviously, but this I love making that joke. But it's like, I would give you a pass if it was like Mai was in Dead or Alive 5 and then Dead or Alive 5 like last round. Okay, I'll give you a pass there, but it was 5 and it was 6. It was 5 and it was 6. It's 2 different games. It's like there is, unless somebody catches, because no one's answered this yet. Far as I know, and I got pretty good credibility with this, like, because I was doing hella research when I did the fighting game Get Character Iceberg and all that. There has not been another freaking third-party guest character that can claim they made back-to-back appearances in a non-crossover fighting game. Mai is the only one. The only other examples that you're going to have to find are like Smash characters, like the Smash third-party guests. That's pretty much it.
Like, Mai is a first. I never think she was back in 6. I was still surprised that Mai Shirinu came back. That's unheard of.
Yeah. Because like there have been characters that have made like multiple like guest appearances like in a fighting game. Like the very first one to do it was like the very first fighting game guest character, and that was Karnov, because Karnov was in all the Fighters History games. He was in all of them. But the thing is, Data East made Fighters History. They also made Karnov, so he's a first party guest. We're talking about third parties here. It's like no other freaking like. It's just so many layers to that mess, man. It's like no other SNK character can boast that they freaking been in 2 games except those that are not named Bogard and Perry. And on top of that, nobody can boast that they made back-to-back appearances as a third-party guest in a fighting game that is not a crossover. So, like, y'all, I hate again, as a Mai fan, I can't stand these Mai fanboys that act like she's just being held back or something. Like, do y'all think she's still... I don't get it. And the funny thing, the reason why I don't like this person, like in particular, even though I haven't blocked them yet, I recall, number 1, back when I did a reaction to Dolores' video, this dude comes in, he responds, oh cool, SNK didn't cave to that woke SJW stuff because she's showing skin, and I'm like, beep, 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 beep. Culture war cuck alert, culture war cuck alert, somebody get him, somebody get him, somebody get him.
How many other girls don't show skin in KO? SK has
also,
always shown the sexy woman.
Oh, and also number 2, there was a time I was gonna tear a page out of the freaking Ignite Rizzy book and like throw up like a little question community post where people can like just have their opinions or whatnot. This was back when I had asked, who do you think is the most overrated and underrated KOF character? And I was like, I'll go first. And just specifically for overrated, I said Mai. You probably already know why we've talked about this extensively.
Mm-hmm.
And this dude came in crying, and I swear to God, he was crying about the fact I called her overrated. I'm like, sorry, not sorry, but what has that character... Like I said, I reposted that mess, like, I just thought about it. It was on my mind when all this was going on. That's why I reposted that post from, John Sex and freaking where...
Kaido.
Raito, when Raito also...
Right, I think Kaido, Raito. Kaido.
Both of them were on point. That, I'm sorry, like, even as a fan, she has been boring as crap since she came back. It's the same stupid thing, and like, you can make something like this interesting, but again, they should have tore some pages from like the Sonic and Amy book, because at least that mess is entertaining and interesting. There is nothing interesting about Mai freaking chasing freaking Andy. And I almost posted a joke earlier today saying that, you know what? I think I understand why Mai's annoyingly horny fanboys freaking love her so much. They actually see themselves in her. Because both of them chase after something they're never gonna get. I almost did, but I was like, the funny thing is...
Now you would really piss people off. Wow.
I mean, I meant it, but whatever. But it's like, it's funny you mentioned TikTok. My favorite content creator on there had like a TikTok talking about, you know, spend the day and just, you know, as he puts it, love on yourself. In other words, like, respect your mental health or whatever. Like anything, like, appreciate trivial things, you know. If you've been going through some mess, or like, whether it's big or small, you know, just admire some trivial
Justin
things.
loving the commentary. I'm glad we make you laugh, Justin.
I'm glad too, because I think I'm going on too long anyways.
No, go ahead.
It's supposed to be Zarina Day.
Nah, it's fine. I'm having during the conversation.
But like, that's where I was like, okay, just forget it, man. Like, I can't wait to get back to work on some of the ideas I've had, but at the same time, it's like all of this mess that's happened. It ain't even really just me. Like, I didn't even like how they went at Scotia. It's like I didn't agree with everything he said entirely, but he never came off to me as venomous. You know, I commented on that video where he was talking about Season 2 of Street Fighter 6, and I even told him the same thing. I'm pretty sure you saw me say it a couple of times. I appreciate the fact that he made the distinction between Fatal Fury and KOF characters, because he was like, he would rather have some KOF characters than some Fatal Fury characters. Like, I know they're technically not wrong when you call Terry and Mai King of Fighters characters, but they were Fatal Fury characters first.
That's true.
But like, people make it sound like he was being so venomous and everything and all that. It's like, still just so down to earth. It's like, y'all shut up, okay?
Thing is, you can't win for losing with some people. Some people, they always got in their heart and their mindset to make you the bad guy. That's why I kind of took from like Nicki Minaj and said, like, you think I'm a piece of shit? Let me prove you right. Now I'm gonna do everything that I'm gonna make sure every evil little thing you think about me, I'm gonna act on it so you have that right to at least think I'm a bad person. I know I'm not a bad person, but since you want to think I am, you want to think I'm a problem, let me become the problem that you think I am so bad.
And it was very ironic, like the first person earlier that I said freaking got 3 strikes in a record time or whatever. They were even talking about, I can't stand English-speaking KOF fans because they act like they have. I'm like, you clearly didn't understand anything I said in my video, and then they tried to sit there and claim I did watch it, and it's like, sure.
No, you did not, bitch. You must have watched the first 2 minutes at best, bitch.
Just then he was talking about, oh, there was a bunch of people in your comments debunking you. It's like, no, they were actually filling me in on some stuff. Raito even chimed in, like, I didn't know the little thing about it's customary, like in, like, not mandatory, but like it's customary, like in that culture over in Japan, where like if the original voice actor dies, then the character like might get, you know, retired, or they might lessen their presence or whatnot. I didn't know that.
I know that's learned the new to me as well.
See, and that's the stuff that I like. Like, I'm sorry I'm spending so much time on the idiots, but just for the sake, that is the type of stuff I like. That is what I love more than anything when I make like informational content. I love when somebody can watch something like that I make, and they can teach me a little something. Like I said, that was something I did not know beforehand. I did not know. So that's the stuff I love. That's the stuff I love. I love when sometimes people give me ideas because somebody recommended what's Capcom's problem with Maki, which I'm like, there's a problem with Maki?
Yeah, I'm confused. Like, well, there's no issue. Actually, people read comic books, not saying everybody has to. There's a Final Fight comic book come out with Maki's gonna be one of the characters in it.
Because I've been seeing like her left and right and everything and all that. That's the thing, like.
Oh, your mic is a little bit. You're not like your mic is better. I can hear you still, but I like you sound a little more robotic than human right now for some reason.
You, Mr. Roboto. That was an actual character I heard.
I know.
I didn't know about that because it's the music reviewer that I watched that was like, cause he was like reviewing Black Eyed Peas song where there was a lyric about a character named Mr. Roboto, and I'm like, who's that? And it was like, oh, it's a robot that wants to destroy rock and roll. I'm like, this sounds 80s or 90s.
Yes, very much so.
But if we could just take a bit of time away from the idiocy, that is the stuff that I like. That's the stuff I like. Like when I can put some information or some knowledge out there and somebody can give me some, that's what I love. That's what I want.
Thank you, Justin. She is. Thank you so much. But I mean, it's okay. Like when people come, if I say I'm wrong about something, I always tell people, correct me. Never be afraid. I'm not God. I'm not always right. I don't have all the answers. But I always tell people that's the way to do it. If you do it in a fucking shitty, disrespectful way, I'm not gonna appreciate you. Give me like, you know, hey, Onyxe, you're wrong about it. You say, hey, Onyxe, you made a mistake about this. Let me talk to you about this. Let me explain to you in a respectful manner. I'm going to acknowledge. I'm going to say thank you so much. I'm going to be very humble. And if it's on my YouTube channel in particular, I'm going to give you I'm going to pin your comment so other people can see that. But you come like, oh, you dumb bitch. First off, that's not how it went down. I'm like, you just lost me.
Yeah, and then like it was so funny how when I was like trying to find another character who SNK didn't acknowledge like their birthday or whatnot, I just happened to land on set. Like that was totally random.
Actually, another person did not acknowledge too. By the way, I didn't want to mention it was Louise Mainwing. They tagged Sori and Albert, mind you. Louise, Albert, and Sori all share birthdays, and Louise was not mentioned.
But it was just so interesting how it's like, because Ryder pointed it out, where it's like, interestingly, the fact that I chose Mei Lee and Seth was interesting because both of their original voice actors have passed though. Here's the difference though. When they brought Mei Lee into All-Star, they recasted her voice. When they brought in Seth, they just took like the original VA's lines and they like, you know, kind of remastered them and touched them up to make them sound like a little bit more cleaner, like befitting for like, you know, the game or whatnot. They even did that for him in Max Impact as well. His voice lines in Max Impact are reused.
Oh wow! So his actor he passed away before Max Impact.
Yes.
Oh.
They took his voice lines and they just like redubbed them or like I think cleaned them up and then they remastered them, not redubbing, but they remastered them and they pretty much applied them to his character in Maximum Impact.
Wow, I didn't know his VA.
You see this?
Gone.
Do you see the
Oh
beauty
my
of it?
God.
Do you see the beauty? This is what I'm talking about. This is what I love.
Oh wow!
I know our energy is like a little bit different, but like I know, like I feel where you're coming from because it is pretty sad, like when you think about it. But I'm like, this is what I'm like. You just said you didn't know that. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I like. This is what I love. Like, give me more of that, please. I'm begging you, universe. Not VA's dying, but more knowledge.
No, I mean, of course, but not. I mean, duh. I mean, obviously, no, you're not saying that. I just like, I'm just surprised. Like, oh my God, he was. Is that even? I'm surprised stuff like that's okay though, because I'm thinking if someone's dead, you don't no longer have the right to use their voice like that. That's like something from like the.
That right there might be why they do that in that culture. But like I said, it doesn't apply across the board because, and I just know this because my friends and I had played Accent Core like years before they remastered it and everything. But even Slayer's original VA, he passed. But like they brought Slayer back. Like Slayer hadn't had a day off. He just recently came back.
Mm-hmm.
So like there's some type of nuance there. Maybe it might be kind of similar to how a lot of Japanese fighting games are now adopting like the whole rollback thing, because initially the reason why they didn't was because they have the mentality of what, and again, credit to Max, because see, and again, I'm gonna say it again every time it comes, this is what I love about what I do. Like one of the biggest things I love about what I do, people sharing knowledge and stuff like that. Because I learned from Max, or somebody in his stream had sent him an article and told him about, what was it called? It was called NIH. It's something in that culture where it's like not invented here. And seeing that rollback, the concept wasn't really like originated in that culture, you know, they're hesitant to want to use it. Like it's more like, hey, I want to use this here, regardless of if it's the most efficient, it's mine. But then, as you saw, like after like everything like with Strive and all that, you saw companies now starting to adapt
it. Like now, it's like man, it's like almost like it's customary to use rollback. Like your fighting doesn't have rollback. Oh my God, you want that shit to fail. Before it's like, well, hey, we like that's not something we did before. So why is this rollback thing? It's everybody, the aunties like, you gotta have rollback, you gotta have rollback. Oh, you're a dumbass if you don't got rollback. Like, why? But we weren't do this before, and y'all were playing our game. So why now suddenly it changed where we must have rollback? At one point, I was just one of those weirdos. I used to be anti-rollback because I really didn't understand it. I thought it was like this fad that everyone was jumping on. Oh, fuck y'all. They don't want to do rollback. Don't let them do rollback. Then when you get more knowledge of things, you have rollback. It's the reason that how games play more smooth with people online, even people who are further away from you, not in your region. So that's why rollback is so important. But that information I learned later, because initially I just saw a bunch of motherfuckers just trying to act entitled on the internet, like, y'all don't got rollback, I'm not playing your game game's gonna be ass together. I'm like, man, shut the fuck up. Those games are gonna be fine without rollback.
The messed up part about that is I can see where you're coming from, because I don't know if this is like just something that is, I don't know about other cultures, but like I know like in America, I don't know if it's something that's been going on for like a long time, or if it's something that just kind of got boosted because of social media and everything. How modest am I gonna be with this?
You could be, that's my, I mean, you can speak your truth, you're on my channel. I wish a bitch would.
Let's say, I'm trying to pick a number. Let's say 8.5 times out of 10. You know what? Forget that. Give him the whole 9. Give him the whole 9. 9 times out of 10 when it comes to stuff like this, like, you know, for instance, like a movement or something like that, or a community of folks that have like a thought or whatnot. And I think it's, and now that I think about it, I think it's been strengthened in this day and age, like with social media and all that blurring the lines between mainstream and underground. The point is, with stuff like this, unfortunately 9 times out of 10, it's the loudest voices that get amplified. And 9 times, you know what, 9.5 times out of 10, the loudest voices are usually the dumbest voices. and seeing that that's who gets heard, now it's like, you know, all the rational folks or whatever are kind of left in the dust and everything. You know what I'm saying? Because unfortunately, you have people like myself, Maximilian, even like he goes by, I think, Milky now. When I first got into him, he was known as Mupo. He played like a lot of harps and stuff. Pretty much a lot of rational people who were expressing, you know, support for rollback. You know, whether it's like future games, remasters of old ones. You have rational people like that. Maximilian is like the 1% that actually is loud because of how many people he, you know, has, but also he's rational. You know what I'm saying? But the problem with it is you have people like that. But think about it, there's only really like one Maximilian when it comes to like fighting game creators. There's only like, I can't think of like another creator that big that has that much of an audience really. Like Justin's prominent, but he doesn't have that type of audience. You know what I'm saying?
Not quite yet, yeah.
Rufomonger makes very helpful content, but like he's not at that level yet. But it's like, for like every Maximilian, there's 9 of the other guy who is just being loud about it and is not making any sense.
Exactly. That's the thing. I think people like don't come with like angry mob mentality.
Captain Crimson, that's what I'm talking about. Sounds like I was almost doing Christian's old nickname.
Oh shit, Billy.
But yeah, because the thing, see, this is probably like, this is my problem with like the fact that they amplified all the loud, dumb voices or whatnot. They're always going to take away from the people that could actually sit down and explain to you why they want this. And the thing is, unfortunately, so many people did bandwagon it without really knowing what was up. So now a lot of folks who are not in the know, they're looking at that, like, you know, one rollback netcode, and thinking that it's equal to just people complaining like their favorite character wasn't in there. It's like, no. This is a matter of the game's functionality. Samurai Showdown, I'm not saying it should have been mainstream, but it shouldn't have gotten a bit of a push if they would have actually had
rollback.
Just decent netcode on it, just decent. But like, it just didn't, you know. People say
King was 14.
Yeah, but you know, Samurai Showdown is of course it's more niche than freaking KOF 14. Like 14 still was pretty good because it was like SNK's big comeback. You got a big old roster full of a whole bunch of old favorites and a whole bunch of newcomers. The DLC brought back a bunch of old time favorites and a pretty cool freaking new character. like in terms of that stuff, like it was solid. And again, because let's see, aside like single player content, like this has been a minute. Let's see, what did 14 have? Because you got of course story mode,
survival, time attack,
survival.
You have what you call it. You also have survival, time attack, trials.
The only thing that
gallery
carried over. Like, so basically, like you said, so we got less in 15 because it's just freaking the story mode, right? And like I guess offline versus.
Yeah, boss rush, and then the trials, and that I mean online, but that's given.
Ooh, now that you mentioned boss rush, do you think with a season 3 we get another boss?
I think so. I would think so. I think Eska will counter Chen. Now it depends if the boss gonna be someone like another classic chaos boss or just a different version of Otama Waga. Depends on what they want to do.
Oh lord.
I'm not putting nothing in past. Remember, I'm pessimistic. I know I'm happy we're getting season 3. I still feel like SK. There's 2 ways it's gonna go. SK's gonna really put some real passion into this final season, and it's gonna rile the fuck out of us. Or SK like, no bitch, what asses we got laying around? Wait a minute, we got the Oswald model. Wait a minute, people been bitching about reverse come and play the character. Yeah, like like wait a minute, why work so hard? Don't work harder, work smarter.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I hope that's not the case, because I definitely think Shenwu Mei should be there. But if nothing else, because people been high on the poll.
Let's see, what was recount, because let's see, the previous season we had Kim, Duolan made his 2.5D into 3D freaking flesh debut, because before, like, we last saw him in 13. Hinako came back. Okay, so it's Hinako and Duolan that were 2 new ones, because then everybody knows we had seen before, because it was Sylvie who got a glow up and some new moves, Naj.
It's Shingle.
Got new moves. So, like, that's the thing. So, like, with season 2, it was Kim, Naj, Sylvie, Hinako, and Duo.
You keep forgetting Shingo.
Duh, him.
And
so,
Genes.
and then Shingo wasn't in 14. So
no, he was
had
not.
3 characters. So they had 3 characters that pretty much were built from the ground up. So, I mean, I think at this point, Shin's got to be. They got to. Shin has so much working for him, honestly. I mean, I think that playstyle, like, I know people don't like this, but at the same time, Strive did it with Baiken, and I liked it because I know Rufumaga was talking about it. They made Baiken more of an accessible character in Strive.
They did.
I could imagine freaking Shinwoo being like that, because, I mean, that's what most of like the casuals love to do. They just love to rush in and push the button. So give them like a character that's like go, rush, go, go.
I definitely see Shenwu being like that. Cause I see what they will do. Shenwu be the super beginner friendly character. Now he'll have some good stuff for like the pro play. Like he'll have some crazy combos that you really gotta play with. But for the most part, Shenwu is beginner friendly. But Mei Li will be the more complex character. She'll be the opposite spectrum of Shenwu. She'll be like, you want Mei Li? Learn Mei Li. Whereas Shenwu, you can see, oh, this guy looks cool. Punch, super move. That's it. So Shen will be the beginner-friendly character, while Mei Li be the complex, because you have to play with her stances. Guys, and one thing I hope at Mei Li, when she does return, SK stays true to her regular stance and her hero stance. And yet,
make it more accessible, or like, you ain't gotta like make her like, just.
You don't gotta make her like Angel, obviously. You don't gotta make her Angel hard. But I definitely want them to keep true to Mei Li. It's not. Because that's the thing about Mei Li is, I was like, kind of surprised that so many people want Mei Li. Like, y'all do know Mei Li's not beginner friendly. Y'all do. Let's SK revamp this girl's moveset for the ground, which I don't think would be the best idea, because she'll lose her identity. Because I definitely feel like Mei Li would just be generic Taekwondo girl without her hero mode stuff. So she's gotta have hero mode. She cannot just be like, well, we're just gonna keep her base moveset and that's call it a day, because we gotta add both her and her hero mode. That's too much work.
Mei Li to me was literally the same thing that Parasol was to me. Because before Parasol and Skullgirls, I did not play charge characters. I didn't. But this character was so cool to me. Like, obviously, very simple, but like, that's the thing, like, Parasol had a very simple, like, design, but then it's like, then the voice work, and then like I just like the fact.
Sure, Damien. Sure, she was. Sure.
Like, oh, shooting this, she's freaking shooting projectiles that are staying on the screen from a freaking umbrella mutant. Like, this is a cool freaking character. Like, I liked all the other characters they showed, but like, Parasol to me was the coolest. And so I'm like, you know what? I'm actually gonna play me a charge character. Melee was the same thing. That character is so freaking cool. It's like,
but she said,
I don't care if I gotta break
you.
my freaking fingers. I might break my freaking fingers. It's like, I'm gonna learn this character. Like, I'm pretty sure, not everybody, but I'm pretty sure a lot of folks got a character like that, where it's like, they are so cool, oh, this freaking character's difficult, or not really my usual type of character to play. Well, we gonna learn something today.
Give me 1 second, Chris. Well, Damien, I didn't tell you I went live because, you know, I made a post on my channel about it as well. You were live when I was going live, so I was going to interrupt your live with my shit because I want you to enjoy your live. Okay, go ahead, Chris. I just had to say that part.
What is it? The freaking Tuesday Night Wars?
Wednesday Night Water.
Wednesday Night Wars. I freaking messed up a very obvious, like, just abbreviation. Wednesday Night Wars. WWW. That's how freaking crazy I've been going, like, with the freaking content and everything. And then, here's the thing, like, on top of, like, how good the videos have been doing.
Yeah, I'm happy to see your views. Your views are amazing.
I still have not gotten my freaking refund from the federal government. So I'm like, all right, y'all gonna freaking keep on holding off on my check then? We gonna bust, right? I'm looking to see if I can literally draw in like enough revenue where it equates to that. And it's like, if I did something, I'm gonna be proud this month. I'm gonna be proud.
My whole thing is how you still didn't, but in June now, you didn't get your refund?
And I've been calling the IRS, and like the thing is, I don't know if you dealt with them. Because usually, like, when you call and a bunch of folks are there, they'll, like, you know, okay, just wait for a minute, and then they'll give you, like, an ETA of when they'll get to you. But, like, if you're not, I guess, within, 3 people waiting or whatnot, they're just going to tell you that, okay, you can call us back or go to the website. It's like, yeah.
My whole thing is, it's beyond the time. People get that. Mind for you can't even file your taxes after the end of April, sometimes early May, and give you, like, a grace period. People are supposed to get their taxes back way after that time. That is bananas. Like, no, the IRS shits on me because I have no kids, and the IRS gets I'm somehow richer than Beyonce. The IRS took everything from me. They said I owe them money, and I pretty much had to dig into my savings to pay them the money, lest I get in trouble with them.
Yeah, and it's so funny. It's like the previous freaking tax year, I didn't get anything back because all of my income was purely freaking freelance. So like, you freelance, like, you're either gonna owe if you're not staying on top of your stuff, or you're gonna owe, like, or you're gonna get nothing back. But then it's like, when I had that second job at that time, I got a little something back, but I've been waiting like months for the mess. But then it's like, I saw how the videos were doing. It's like, we gonna keep this going. It's like, I'm tired. Like, I'm still trying. I'm still calling them and everything, but I'm like, I'm tired of waiting on y'all, man.
That's not right though. That's wrong. Cause see, God forbid, if you owe them money, they'll be on your ass. They're like, Mr. Lotus, we want. I'm not gonna say you're actually, you know. I'm gonna say, Mr. Lotus, where's our money? Where's our money? You want problems with us? You want problems with us? But mind you, now they gotta give you your money. It's like, oh, come on, don't rush us. We'll get to you when we get to you.
You know what happened the last time I called there and I was actually able to get on live with somebody? And like, I know it's not their fault or whatnot, but it was just funny because they were very, very apologetic. But long story short, the system was down, so they couldn't help me with anything.
Oh wow, that's unfortunate.
Oh god. But you're right, man. That's the thing that just bothers me. It's like, when it comes to like them getting on your case, there's all this freaking cinematic freaking pressure and everything. But like, y'all done left me out dry for months, and y'all are like, please, like, we can't get to you. There's so many calls we got going on. There's so many calls.
Like, and I don't like that about the government. The government, the government knows how to work when it's you who gotta give them something. But when the government gotta give you something, it's like, oh girl, we're working, we're doing our best, we're tramped down, we're bottled down. Like, it's so much going on. It's not personal, but please stop bothering us. We know we owe you. We'll get you another 5 years. But bitch, let you have to get them something. Bitch, they want that shit in 5 minutes. And it's so fucking frustrating dealing with that crap. It's like, they know how to be competent when it's you the one who has to give them something. But when it's them, it's like, oh, come on, man, your homie, my dog, baby.
Yeah, I think like you actually, I never was able to put into words because it's been annoying me, but I think you just literally describe why it annoys me so painfully much to where it's like, it even annoys me when I'm asked about the mess. But hey, all this like that mess, all the freaking stupid idiots and everything. Hey Jericho, you still suck. But yeah, all the stupid idiots and freaking all the stupid idiots, like it's all motivation. I'm like, if y'all think I'm gonna start making content because you got somebody basically doing more freaking SNK gatekeeping, you got another thing coming. One reason why I was so like upset for the longest time that I just got bored with Strive, as far as me and my experience, and I can only speak for that, Strive got a freaking chill community, man. Like every
Strive community is dope. The worst thing they complain about when it's like a bug or like a bad, like, you know, distinct problem. But I swear, I don't think I met anyone in the Strive community that's like completely a dick. Even just like on like just a quick conversation online. Every time I interact with someone who's like a Strive person, they're chill as fuck. Like I don't think I deal with people. That's why even though I don't play Guilty Gear, I still enjoy watching other people play it. I still see people happy about the game because they are some chill ass people. Maybe it's always a bad apple in the bunch, but for the most part, the people who love Guilty Gear Strive are some cool. And also the Grand Blue community, I want to give them a shout out too. They're some dope ass people too.
Yeah, but like SNK, like y'all be talking, oh, the SNK community so welcoming. I'm like,
no. Not really.
If the SNK community was like a whole bunch of Ridos, maybe it would be. If it was a whole bunch of Hellsigs and who else, Rome and
Roofermonger,
Pockets, Roof and all that. You even got people like talking about Roof was a fake freaking fan or whatever, and it's like, y'all better chill with that fake mess come freaking City of the Wolves. Y'all better chill with that mess, man. Y'all be wanting freaking
Roofermonger's so fake, but he's the first one that only cared enough to tell SK straight up, yo, well, are we gonna see this 3 or nah?
As a matter of fact, this wasn't some vitriol that wasn't freaking directed at me, but like one of my other most faithful viewers, Suichi. Shout out to Suichi if he ever watches all this. Love the guy. I think it was my video talking. It was a video about something, and then out of nowhere, oh yeah, Suichi had mentioned it was about the season 3 because Roof did the interview. And somebody comes to something like, man, Roofermonger, F Roofermonger, like, he's a freaking fake, and he freaking called me this name because I use this controller. And then Shuichi was like, dude, I don't care. And the guy was like, you brought him up, so I gotta keep telling you how he sucks. And it's like, let me tell you something, man. Whether you are a troll or whether you're serious, you have a very pitiful existence right now, if that's what you're doing. This is why I just don't, I get why people do it, don't get it twisted. I know people do it, but like I said, like in that long tirade that I know you saw that I did on freaking Twitter that day, I'm not a fan of just every time somebody does something stupid or outlandish, everybody autopilots to calling them trolls, man. Because there are some people that are legitimately that stupid. Unwell, as my friend Joan says, unwell or stupid, yes. Like they're legitimately just this freaking, like I said, unwell, stupid, or as I said, freaking miserable. Some of them is legit. Like it's all not an act at times. I know some people that can be an act, but just saying, some of that mess for some folks is legitimate. Because what better way can somebody who is sitting by themselves, who can't get their loony stuff out because people think they're crazy, what other way they have to get that loony stuff out there before they freaking implode? Social media.
I mean, social media, unfortunately, you know, I love social media. I love it more than the bad of it. I see the good in it more, social media, but unfortunately, get a voice to people who never needed to talk.
Yep. Goodbye, subtlety. Like, that should literally just be the freaking, well, the other thing I mentioned should be like the phrase of the year or whatever. I just say goodbye, subtlety, because now almost everything is like a freaking, what do they call it, an engagement farm?
Exactly. Exactly.
And the messed up part is like, you could like, almost every person that I've seen that's either said that they are not Bison fans or they didn't like the fact that SNK fans are like, or not SNK fans, but SNK characters or in Street Fighter 6 or whatever. Every person that just disagrees with that, you got people just saying that they're freaking trying to engagement farm or get engaged. I'm like, maybe they legit don't like it.
No, I mean, I definitely believe some people like, oh man, and I can definitely see something like, yo, I'd rather we got like Makoto over Terry or mine. I'd rather we got Q, Remy. I'd rather we got Mackie. You know,
you saw that freaking comment that because you had freaking replied to it because that one person saw some. The problem with those characters you mentioned was that they're not as iconic as Bison, and he got 1 million views. I'm like, this is why I hate nostalgia worshippers. If y'all had it y'all's way, we would have had about 7 full games of a Street Fighter 2 freaking
you know,
roster
damn well
with
she's not
maybe,
this game.
with
Sorry,
maybe one
so
freaking new
Damien.
character.
My whole thing is this: it's like, it's not about nostalgia. Cause guess what? Just because Bison is iconic doesn't mean everyone gotta like it. There's people who can. I have one of my friends.
Hulk Hogan is freaking iconic. You think we like him over here? Hulk Hogan is iconic.
Sure, I don't like Hulk Hogan for many multitude reasons.
I've always been more of a Macho Man fan. But like freaking Hulk Hogan's iconic. Like that mean I gotta like him?
No, my Sheer News iconic, but someone doesn't like her. Cool, that's fine. That's life.
I'm a fan of hers, but you know what? I can still criticize her. You wouldn't say that about Darlie. Yes, I have. I said, freaking, after I experienced the character, like, actually playing Darlie and everything, like, me personally, here's my theory. Even if they buff her again, I feel like she's gonna be like Alex in freaking Street Fighter 5. Except Alex actually kinda got some meta play.
Alex got better at the end.
Yeah, even though he was still like, I like the way Justin Wong put it. He said he was still bottom 5, but you get to play with him still. In other words, there's a fighting chance with him. I don't think Darlie's not gonna...
You'll be shot, Damien.
Darlie is gonna be that without the fighting chance, I think. And it's just because, like, there are certain characters that are destined to be low tier just because of how they function and the game that they're in. Like, for example, they addressed people having horror flashbacks about freaking the Elena healing. But this is a different, like, it's a different engine. We don't have revenge meters. So it's not going to be as busted as it was in Street Fighter 4. That's what I think is up with Darlie. It's just the way Darlie is, just in and of herself, just the way that they work. And again, they did such a tremendous job trying to make her a KOF character, but like, it just hasn't been working, man. Like,
no, it has not.
At this point, again,
it just doesn't work right now.
Yeah, like at this point, again, Darlie's still my #1 character right now, but I think it should have been Shiki. I think it should have been Wu. Like, you want to put like just a character that's really like befitting of it. Like I said, Shiki, Galford, who was in the original trio that they wanted to do years ago.
Hold on, Dame has a question about Darlie. Darlie's okay in her game. A lot better than she is in King of Fighters 15 right now. In her original debut game, she's much better.
Yeah, because in the beginning she was kind of mid, but like I still played her because I just love that character. But like I know when they had the first big Samurai Showdown update, basically, like I'll put it like this. One combo you can do with Darlie Dagger, like the one button a lot of people hit, of course, is her jumping heavy slash because that mess reaches ridiculously far and that mess hurts. Now you could combo a jumping heavy slash to a stand heavy slash in the original build of Samurai Showdown, but the problem with it is like, you ever like know how, like, for instance, stuff combos more when you hit it deeper on somebody, like at the lowest point of your jump? You had to literally have that mess perfect for that combo. When the update came, they made it, like, they fixed that by making her stand heavy slash faster. And jump heavy slash and the stand heavy slash does a lot of damage, especially if she's enraged. That mess hurts. You know, a lot of, like, her stuff, like, in the patch overall, not to bore anybody with freaking Sam Show stuff and everything, she was able to oh my god, I just realized something. Because that patch in Sam Show made her combos easier to do, but in freaking KOF, stuff whiffs, man. You could do crouch light punch freaking 2 times or more so 3 times, and then when you try to do the blade surf, it whiffs. I found it funny that the freaking the dust loop page for her was like, oh, like when they give like a summary of what the character does, and then like you have all the extra stuff. They're like, oh, Darlie's a character that whips her freaking combos and like gets punished heavily for it. I'm like, they're kind of right. They're kind of right. like big damage doesn't mean nothing when you can't land hits.
No, exactly. Oh, that's the part with Dolly. Dolly shit's inconsistent, and I'll see this move that should work that don't work. And Dolly, like, that's the problem with Dolly. Dolly is, it's just like, what the fuck? I know what I'm getting pissed me off to no end. Know how they make her like a heavy slash, like her sweep, and know how sweep now brings you in the ear.
Yeah.
You know, her little anti-air throw doesn't even work afterwards with that shit. No matter you do the EX version or the regular version. I'm like, how the fuck they ain't think to do that? Like, oh, come on. Like, that's something I would have done that shit immediately. Like, oh, she gets a move that pops you into the ear, so now she can use that anti-air attack to follow up with for a guaranteed, you know, hit combo.
But similar to Alex, like, just on paper, she's like a high damage character, so I feel like SNK is just feeling like they gotta lock the type when it comes to buffing her. But that's the problem, is like, I just think by me personally, since I still play a bunch of Darlie whenever I play KOF 15, it's just the way she functions, and with KOF 15 being what it is, like, again, good job at trying to make her into a KOF character, but functionally, it just isn't working. I think, like, regardless of how much they buff her, I think she's just gonna remain in, like, the bottom tier.
I agree, Suki. I hope Mackie comes in as well. I definitely hope Mackie comes in as well. And I'm not ignoring you guys. I'm just talking. I don't want to cut off Chris, but he's talking. But I do see you guys' comments, so I will get to you guys when Chris, you know, finish what he said. But I don't want to interrupt Chris, Suki. He is a part of the stream. Go ahead, Chris.
That's cool. That's all I had to say. That was perfect.
I feel like I do that too often when I don't mean to. This is my personality, but I don't do it intentionally. So I'm like trying to learn how to shut up when other people are talking, so they get their point across.
That's why streaming is a practice. Then, like, you balancing when you have like, you know, guests on, like when you're co-streaming, and then you have, like, you know, queuing off like the audience and everything.
Shut up, Damien. Shut up.
No.
Shut up.
Ignoring you because Onyxe been ignoring because you've been getting flooded by freaking clones. That's why. That's why you got that extra monitor up now. Like, no more clones through this here. Oh, speaking of, since you're freaking fighting a king right now, somebody literally called Mei Li a freaking bad king replacement.
But they played King of Fighters 2001, and they came up with that fucking conclusion. Shut up, David. Shut up. He is so dumb.
I can't wait to see freaking Mai in Street Fighter 6. Like I said, like, I think it's just so funny you can say, hey, I'm excited about these characters or whatnot, but can we please get some different SNK characters in the future? It's like once I say the second thing, the first thing just vanished.
And like, and I said, they only hear what I said. I can't stand a bitch who only hears what they want to hear. Especially when you made it like, I have no problem with mine, but I would love to see other KF characters get some shine too. Oh baby, you don't know how I would put the way I feel about Min Young Bird. If Min Young ever came back, and I'm gonna say this because this is my stream, I would put a picture of my ding dong on Twitter. It'd be awesome.
Wait a minute.
That's how serious I would be happy if Min Young Bird came back.
Hang on a minute. If Suki's still in the chat, what the person on TikTok that didn't like what they say? I want to know that.
Huh?
Because she said she seen someone on TikTok that hated Mai. I'm like, I want to see who that is. I want to see who that is. What they say?
Please, child. I just don't see that happening. I do hope we do get a Master Impact character, but I strongly doubt it's gonna be Min Young. That's something I would have to live your own escape for that to happen.
No, okay. You and one of my other faithful viewers who goes by Condescending, y'all want to start wars with the freaking Capcom fans right now. Or better, well, excuse me.
Damien wants Star Wars General. Damien has its messy boots to the bone. Damien is messy.
Hold up, I got that wrong because he just said Mai's just like the SNK and like the freaking annoying horny fanboys. They're gonna be mad or whatever. Condescending, because he said that as a joke on one of my posts, and then I went to Scotia's video. He commented it there, and it actually happened because Condescending was talking about. He wanted it to be just straight freaking SNK characters in Season 2 of Street Fighter 6. I'm like, man, you trying to start a war.
Oh!
You trying to start a war.
No, Damon, you are messy. You are the
My
spirit
response.
of messy in human form. Because that is.
Let me see.
You are the spirit of messy. No, it's true. It is very true. You are the spirit of messy in human
Let me see if I know
form.
who this is.
Because only
Okay,
your ass.
no, that's definitely not him. Come on, TikTok.
He's looking at it right now, Suki. Just to let you know, Queen. You are messy in human form.
What in the world? Cause like it's a whole bunch. Like it's that freaking soundbite with a bunch of pictures. Like what the?
What? The weirdo as hell. I do need that some video though for a fucking future Tekken video when I'm fighting fucking annoying as poor fucking Kazuya.
Let me see. This person put hella pictures. Like there's a picture of freaking Street Fighter 6 Terry in the beginning. Somebody I don't recognize instantly, but they look like Vanessa. Maurice's in there. My Jury. Don't recognize them. Wrecking Ball / Hammond from Overwatch. Geef. Sombra. Akuma in Street Fighter 6. Some big nose freaking cartoon character. That's Melanie Martinez's new persona. Aki from Street Fighter. And straight freaking pictures of this frog thing. You'll see it once you look in the chat.
Oh god, I'll see it when I'm done with the Zarina stream. But oh my god, that shit was funny.
And the caption says, I said what I said. Honda, Yuna, Roadhog, and Alex Taylor haters DNI. Wow.
Okay.
That had to have been posted recently since like that was recent pictures of like, you know, the Street Fighter 6 trailer. That's hilarious.
No, child. I meant Zarina.
Sorry.
You killing me. And you
Speaking
talk
of
about
giving life. What'd you think of old Pastor Manning?
Oh god, what a nut job. Oh god. Oh, what a fucking nut job. And the thing, and he went into a homegirl's breast. I'm like, you're insulting her, bro. All you're there about is they only got you there for one reason only. I'm like, and when he was like starting to do so Bosnia, I'm like, what the fuck? How do you get Bosnia from that man's life? Like, that guy was so, and he's like talking about y'all coming for me to get clickbait and try to get interested in your show. You need me, like, baby. We know who they are. We didn't know who the fuck you are till they started talking about you. Like, are you fuck that nigga is crazy? But that motherfucker was. And the thing is, and it's embarrassing he's in New York, but
Oh yeah, he's in.
Yeah, it was like
I
so
didn't think
embarrassing.
about that.
I'm like, but I'm like, my head, like, motherfucker, are you fucking for real? Like, some of these pastors, I swear, I low key think about coming a pastor. It's like, don't go.
You know what?
Go.
On it. So like the thing was, I was talking all of yesterday about. I showed my mom like several videos of TYT talking about him because my mom had said something the day before that indirectly reminded me of.
Good night, Justin.
Later, Justin. Good night. Take care.
Good seeing you. Thank you for stopping by, little bro.
But what was it? My mom had said something that reminded me of him, and then the thing was, back when I first watched it, like way back then, I remember I was like laughing along with them because I'm like, this man, like. I only specifically throw this word out when I think somebody is legitimately crazy, but I was like, this man is a loony. But then the thing is, there was one video they did on him that I actually had not seen. It was from 5 years ago. Guess what he did?
Oh, God.
Charged with abuse.
What?
Charged with abuse. He got abuse charges.
Oh, wow.
Because, so, I don't know if you know, but like, he had, like, you saw like in his name he had a PhD, which Anna had pointed out that he actually got that PhD from like a university that he himself founded, so that should tell you everything that you need to know about that. So, being, I guess, with him having a fake PhD, he had made a school / dorm like facility or whatnot. And putting it simply, it's so funny he was talking so much about Anna's breast. I'll put it like this: Anna's a bit too old for him. I think you know what I'm implying with that.
Mm-hmm.
There was a 14-year-old that went to like his dorm school, had him on record, like on a recording, complimenting her breasts, basically. And then, remember, he's very like, you know, anti-LGBTQ, right?
Of course.
The same girl that he had basically was being creepy with or whatnot, apparently she falls in love with like a student that's around her same age, and apparently those two, I guess, got it in, and since they had sex or whatnot, he took the boy, I think, and put him like in a cellar, imprisoning him. And it's like, wow.
What the fuck? This guy,
also,
these passes are creeps.
Also, he has, like, when I say loony, like I said, I reserve that for like people who literally exhibit that particular behavior. Because that man has some of the wildest conspiracy theories ever. He mentioned like 2 like freaking white politicians were actually like black because of their names, which was very. And then the biggest and funniest one, which you might have come across it. Did you come across the conspiracy theory where he said Starbucks was putting gay semen in the coffee to make it taste better?
What the fuck? Oh no, I did not see that. Oh yeah, my god.
He said that.
They asked me to know who this person is, Chris. When you get a chance, send that video to the group chat.
Okay, I'll just send you this. I don't want you like to actually go.
Or you can put the video, whatever's easier for you. You could let's drop it into the video here. I don't care.
I forgot. I sent it to you. I can freaking just get it from there.
Mm-hmm.
Cause I wish you could have just been like there when I like saw you change the name. I freaking laughed out loud. I'm like, ah!
But I was like, do I want to do it, Doc? I thought I'm gonna wear to some of my other followers. I'm like, no, fuck it. I'm gonna do this. This shit is too funny. I can't let this opportunity slip through my finger.
That was funny when I first heard it, but I hate him for like freaking doing that. Cause when I had first heard that homo demon story, I was sipping on something that I really liked back. I think it was Baja Blast back then. And when I heard that mess, I had a legit spit tail. I was like, what? What? Homo demons, what?
Like, people come in my whole thing. I don't get people's fascination with us. Like, if you know you don't like men, you're not interested in men, just enjoy women. I don't get it. That's why when I see people talk about straight pride, I'm like, why do you guys need straight pride? No one was ever persecuted for liking the opposite sex. It's like, you don't need that shit. You're just doing that shit to be a fucking nuisance ass fucking loser. You don't need that shit.
And he kept, and like the thing is, like, it's funny he's being like anti-gay, but like he's called like Barack Obama a long-legged Mac Daddy many times, and it's like, okay, sounds like you want him.
Like, baby. And I feel like, you know, I mean, don't get me wrong, I believe there's truly some truly homophobic people in the world. But I also believe a lot of times people, like, protest too much. Like, it's like, to me, like, you're trying to, like, tell yourself to hate it because you want to fight the urge not to do your dance, though. Like, oh, it's like, bitch, if I keep telling myself I don't like dick, I'll believe it. Like, no, bitch, you just live your truth. You got one life. Regardless if you believe in reincarnation or not, do you.
You and my friend Vault love to say that right there. Duck protest.
Like, it's like you like, cause it's like, baby, if you don't care about something, why are you constantly bringing it up every 5 seconds? Like, if it's like doesn't matter, like it's irrelevant, it's beneath you, then stop talking about it. Obviously, it's not that beneath you. Gotta talk about it every 2 seconds.
Oh.
Please do not give that super in Street Fighter 6. That super right there, please do not give it that super. That's one super I pray. I do not want to see Burning Minds the fucking super.
Really, right? So don't do that. SNK just they posted on the X gonna give it to you / aka Twitter. I love that. They just posted about 30 minutes ago. Special DLC character development confirmed. Details will be announced at EVO 2024.
Oh!
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Again, thank you, SNK, for saying something. Thank you. Thank you. That's all I want. Say something. Say something.
So it's gonna be EVO. It's gonna be EVO. Okay, we gotta wait. We gotta wait 2 months. But at least we know EVO's the date. EVO is the date.
But then, like, the funny thing is, I saw that post because Raito, who just came back recently, posted a joke. It's like a cartoon, like a little cartoon or whatever, of long story short, there's a woman in there with like the speech bubble, and she said the special DLC is gonna be Kusanagi.
Oh God! Oh God! Don't as it's please! Oh God! Oh Jesus Christ!
Isn't my easy to play?
No, I don't want to make a joke, but I don't have to Eddie skill like you and Darnell have.
In KO at 15, Suki, she is.
Yeah, she's pretty easy. In 14, she's easy too. I would say she's easy here too, Suki. She's not hard. The only time mine was ever challenging, in my opinion, I would say, you know, maybe like King of Fighters 2003, even not really. And I'm trying to think what the games I played her in. She was easy in King of Fighters 11. She was not hard at all in King of Fighters 11. Not my favorite version of her, but she was KO2. Oh. Oh, she was the most hardest character. You couldn't. She was so hard you couldn't even play her at all. Like you could not play her. Like if you wanted to, you just couldn't play her at all in King of Fighters 12. Like that's how hard she. Like King of Fighters 12, like her hardest incarnation to date. Like anyone could play my in King of Fighters 12. That you're like, oh man, like you're my hero.
Ooh, I just thought about something. I made fascinating facts videos about both of them, both the characters that are in Street Fighter 6. I should put them out there again. Like, hey, you know, in honor of them being revealed, here you go.
Okay, Damien, I'll so easy. You go play her, my friend. You go play her. You show us how it's done, man. You go show us how it's done, Mr. DeMax.
I don't know why you keep talking about playing On Hell. On Hell actually is a very functional freaking mess. Not really a clone, she's an enhanced human, I think.
Yeah, she's an enhanced human. She's not a clone, or she's an experimental human.
He's more of that one Kyo clone that's actually a goof. Whichever one it is, it's 1 or 2. I never really cared. Kyo 1 or Kyo 2. One of the Kyo clones was super serious, the other one was a goof.
I think it was Kyo 1 was the serious one, Kyo 2 was the goof. If I remember correctly. I could be dead ass wrong. But I'm just saying, that's what I think.
That's the case. If it is 2, it makes total sense. Because we know what number 2s are. Oh, man.
Sure, Damien. Sure.
That is rich, man. Freaking, you put the gay semen in the freaking Starbucks coffee to make it taste better.
Gay do that?
An interview with him. TYT actually did an interview with him then, and they actually threw that back at him. They was like, "Would you be tempted by something like that?" And he stumbled when he was asked that. Because then people had issue with the fact, like, why do y'all treat him like that? It's like, they didn't treat him badly. They took his freaking looniness and they threw it right back at him. And, you know, and that's what happens with most loony people. It's like, when you throw their crazy back at him, they're like, I don't know about that.
Yeah, so that's the thing. The best way to deal with a crazy motherfucker, just get to that level. A lot of people say don't stoop to another person's level. Oh, you guys stoop to that level.
Suki, the freaking the pastor that I mentioned, he made that conspiracy theory. I'm sorry, I'm taking too long to get the freaking video in there.
It's okay. I mean, I told you could just post it here too. I don't care.
Oh my god.
Leave the link in the damn in the live stream.
Like, I'm not picking on him because he's black. I'm just saying, like, this man is making freaking Alex Jones look sane by comparison. I'm just saying.
I mean, I don't care you black or white. You wrong. I'm gonna call you. I don't give a fuck. I don't care what skin color. Your skin color will never save you from a lashing if you acting dumb. If you deserve it, you deserve it. Man, woman, they, them, black, white, whatever. You deserve your lashings. You're gonna get your lashings.
I don't know why Damien made that. That's when I said I was surprised he did that freaking clone mess during the Nexamon stream. Like, I'm gonna tune into the Nexamon streams. The characters look interesting. It's got a filled soundtrack. Like, I'm gonna be there.
Nexamon's so fun. I really need to make next, but there's a delay in production with Nexamon 3, unfortunately. But that's the thing about indie companies, and because they're trying to be really ambitious with Nexamon 3, because I saw a trailer of Nexamon 3, I loved it, but then they went and said they've been dark for a while now.
I swear I hate you, nostalgia worship and freaking fight games. I hate y'all.
Suki, like, man, has not touched another fight game. Well, to be fair, Suki, he had played Street Fighter 5 with me once, but he did not do too well. He had played Street Fighter 5 with me once, and King of Fighters 14, he did a lot of the rush combos. So he technically has play other fighting games. He just sucks at them. Oh, you bitch!
You're more of a Gone Gale player, Damien. Somebody on one of, like, this wasn't like as bad as the mess I mentioned earlier, but I still really didn't like this, and I almost legit puked when this person posted it. They were saying, what if freaking Gone Gale comes back and they reveal that freaking he's like Meilei's grandpa? I'm like, I'm gonna throw up.
Oh god. I mean, I'd be better than what Siren was extra it. I mean, I'll take that. I'm just saying. I'll just take that.
You know what? Okay, I take that back for us, and that was actually alright.
I'm just saying. I'm like, I guess that's the lesser of two evils. I love love design as well. I love design as well. I do. As for a question I was going to ask, I knew that was like talking. Chris, do you think SK, if they never get Love and Moo back, which is unlikely they will, do you think they should create a character who kind of honors Moo and Love's playstyle?
Well, I don't know, Onyx, because if they do too much like them, they're gonna get sued, remember?
Oh, yeah, you're right.
People kept saying that mess when it came to May. It was like, she's doing too much common writer stuff. It's a copyright. I'm like, if that's the case, why has it not happened yet? Why has it not happened yet? Like, if that is such... And on top of that, they're, like, not every KOF character, and I accidentally sent the video to Onyx again. But
yeah,
anyways,
I noticed.
Dang.
I got the notification. I'm like, why'd I get that video again? Like, that ain't the group. That's my private chat.
Alright, Suki, like the weirdo freaking cuckoo loony pastor, I put him in the group chat, but
no, Suki, unfortunately she's not. She belonged to another company, but during that time, like for those who follow, like some Chris has spoken about this too, SK had went through hardships, so another company kind of took over and started Apache slots. One of the companies that took over who made the Apache slot game created Love Heart. So when Chaos 14 was still being created, Love Heart, the Apache slot company was still with SNK. But after Chaos 14, shortly after, SK5 broke away from them, and they asked for their character back. And SK said, of course.
Suki, basically, like, even though you have all original characters that came directly from King of Fighters and weren't, like, in previous games, like, you know, Terry and Aya from Fatal Fury, Ryo, Yuri, and Robert are from Part of Fighting and everything, it's actually a crossover. Like, a lot of people, I think, don't realize it's a crossover game.
King of Fighters started as a crossover.
I mean, yeah, like, it's always been a crossover. It's just a crossover with...
No,
compared
Suki,
to other fighting game compared to other fighting game crossovers, there's like a full-on storyline. The timeline of the characters who were like in other games is different in King of Fighters compared to like their other, you know, original franchises and everything. And the funny thing is, I think people overlook that one big glaring fact that should, like, that's another telltale thing about the K49 mess being fake. Because it's like, even though they put like his picture and stuff, like that little encyclopedia, and they made him a silhouette, they still acknowledged him. You look in the SNK Heroines Tag Team Frenzy art book, there is no Love Heart anywhere. In the game, yes, but you want to know something? Guess who is in the credits, especially like if you look on like the Steam page, guess who is in the credits? Highlights Entertainment, who owns her. There is no Love Heart in the SNK Heroines Fighting freaking Tag Team
he's not. He's from Fatal Fury.
None. None. There is no Love Heart anywhere in there. There is a Xanadu freaking pixel character in the freaking art book before a Love Heart one.
Yeah, it started as a course. Like, it came out like all SK's most popular IP. They made it created original characters too, Suki, but King of Fighters 94 was a collaboration of SK's various IPs. Originally, it was just going to be Fatal Fury Art of Fighting, but they started to pull things for Psycho Soldiers. They pulled things for their sports game, which was the US sports team. Then they created like, you know, Kyo. They created like, you know, original characters. But King of Fighters was initially a dream match game. Mai's from Fatal Fury.
Yeah, she's a
Fatal Fury character.
That's why, like, I don't know how much you've seen, but like, that's why I've always been like kind of laughing at people that talk about, man, they put them freaking KOF characters in Street Fighter 6. I'm just like,
You know, someone should actually do a good. I can't do it. I don't have the technology for it nor the time. Someone should do a video of each KF character's origins, like from the time, like from KF 94 to King of Fighters, like obviously 15, and say, hey, is this character debuted at KF, or is this character from another game that SK created before KF? idea it was like a kind of like a visual encyclopedia, so people could like, oh, where did Rio come from? Art of Fighting. Where did Yuri come from? Art of Fighting. Where did Terry Bogard come from? Fatal Fury. Where did Lucky Glover come from? This basketball game that SK had. You know, that idea would be kind of like a good thing. And then someone said, oh, where did Luong come from? Luong's the KOF original. She came from King of Fighters 14. And that, like, you know, and so forth, so forth.
Where did Gil come from?
Shit.
Where did Gone Gil from? He's freaking... Never mind. Was that in response to what I said? was that in response to what I said?
Yes.
Never mind. Your answer's better.
But all seriousness, I think that's like that should exist for people. I know a lot of people like, you know, Suki like you, they'll act like it's like Zarina. Zarina is a KOF original. She did not exist in any other KOF game before KOF 14. But now we'll talk about someone like Athena. Athena actually comes from a game called Psycho Soldier. She is not created specifically for KOF. She was added to the game, but she's not a KOF original. She comes from a very game called Psycho Soldier.
And
yeah, Damon.
And then you have some funny characters about. You have some funny characters like that. For example, King of Dinosaurs, which debuted in KOF 14. He is, if you trace it back, he's actually a Fatal Fury original. It's just back in Gardo Mark of the Wolves game that comes right before the Fatal Fury game that's coming out. He had a different stage persona, basically, where he was like an eagle or a griffin, as a bird. And also, Alice is kind of funny because she's a Fatal Fury character, but this is actually her first fighting game. Because the Fatal Fury games that she came from were like those patchy slot games that we were talking about with Love Heart and Mui Mui. Nah is an all original that was actually created by somebody else. She was actually created by a Saudi Arabian artist who goes, her name is Mushal Al-Baraki. And I know like she's not a celebrity, but I want to meet her someday. I'm like, thank you for this character because she is awesome. Like ever since I saw like the sketches, I'm like, this is it. This is it.
They need to have that lady. That's a woman, correct, right, or a man?
Oh, she's a woman.
Woman. I think you just said that. Where Onyx, pay attention. They need to have her create knowledge teammates, in my personal opinion.
Either that, or like I said, like in the video that I did, they could have like taken some of these scrapped, like they could have taken some of the scrapped, like other winners and everything, and like put them in there because they had a lot of good ideas too.
Yeah,
I like the wrestler design. I like the little freaking. He was like a oil pyromancer maniac or whatnot. Like, yeah, they came up with some good stuff. But I mean, I would love to see like how, like if she were like given the chance to create, like I mean, I'd like that, you know. Like, you know, you created like Naj. I'm pretty sure you did a grand slam given her teammates. I don't know. Like, do you think is because? I mean, I don't know. You think she's gonna be with Ash next time? She's gonna ride in the car with them.
I mean, she knows who Ash is, so that's not surprising. I wouldn't be surprised at all. She knows who he is, so it's not like it wouldn't be out the blue. You know, some people who didn't pay attention to. Let's say it's King of 16. It's a continuation of the Shooting Saga. God, Joe, God, please let the saga be over in 15. Please, Joe, God, name your son Jesus Christ, Amen. Please. But in the evidence, let's say at 16, it's not like a dream match or a new saga. It just should be. Naj being teamed up with Ash, a lot of people like, well, why is she with Ash? When does Naj and Ash know each other? Like, bitch, you played the game. If you did, you would know.
The funny thing, I just don't get why people want, like, I mean, I'm still kind of in the middle about, like, the saga ending because, again, 14, you've seen the video. They did not, I still stand by it. They did not do Shooting any favors when it came to that. Like I said, if I were not the nerd and loving to read into the stuff like I was, I wouldn't have known that he was the protagonist. Or unless maybe if I played the teams, like if I just did the thing where like I'm gonna play a story with this team and this team and this team, you know, maybe I would have stumbled into it, but like they didn't present him all that well. 15 they did better. What they did in 15,
God, Damien, no.
They should have did in 14. They should have did what in 15 they should have did what they did in 14, but they didn't. Or they should have did what they did in 15 and 14 if I said that right.
Yeah, I know what you meant.
I'm just kind of like, like at this point, I don't know. And then like,
Oh, Suki, you caught that vibe. That's what that's his super is based on JoJo stuff. You actually got a good eye, Suki. His super, yep. She said he gets those JoJo vibes. She caught it correct.
Man, I'm not even into JoJo's like that, even though I was excited when All-Star Battle R came out, but you and I agree about that freaking 15 climax. That messes.
That climax is so ass, man. It's so dog. It's so ass. That shit is so doo-doo. It's like the one. It's like that's another thing that breaks my heart. Like you would think Shunei is the protagonist, give him a badass climax. Like if you couldn't even give him like that, give him his. But know what I so stand by 10 so funny? When he came back at All Stars, guess what climax they gave him back? They didn't give him back that manga climax. He got back his 14 climax.
Man, get out of here! Oh my god, they gave him that message. Because I don't play KOF All Stars.
No, like they gave. No, I'm saying they gave him his 14 climax. They didn't give him the manga.
That's what I was saying. That's what I was mad because I'm like, they'll give him that mess back in freaking All Star, but we get this mess at 15. Like that's corny.
Like they knew that was a superior fucking climax for Shunei. Like they said they didn't. I understand. Okay, let's give Shunei a new climax. He is here. Don't give. You can't think of something better. Don't give him. It's better to give him what he had at 14. Hell, give him like an upgraded version where he had at 14. Maybe a different how he ends the super differently or something. But don't. I mean, I think right now, Grand Blue has been great. But you're talking like like the. I don't like arena fighters. I don't. The only arena fighter I somewhat enjoyed is this gentleman. His name's Hippo on Twitter. I forgot, like Triple G4 something like that. He makes like Naruto Clash Ninjas 4 tournaments. Those shits be hyped. But outside of that, Shunei will make a good Roblox outfit, yeah, I guess. But outside of that, I don't care for arena fighters because it looks so cartoony to me, and not in a good way.
I think she's an anime fighter.
But I guess whether she wouldn't that count as an anime fighter.
In like the FGC sense, no, but like in just the broad sense, like at least like the crowd that's being sold to, I would say it would be.
I guess.
But it's like those Naruto games is like they're kind of like in an area of their own or whatever. I didn't really like a lot. I don't like a lot of like the arena fighters like that. And what was that? Was it like Demon Slayer they got one too? I think.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of like that format. I'm just not a fan.
One Piece had one like that too. One Piece Burning Blood.
I think I saw my friends play that one, and with that particular one.
You don't, Suki? Interesting. I mean, I guess I kind of put them in a league of their own. So I agree with you on that one. They're not fighting games in the traditional sense, but they are the same concepts there. You fight your opponent to get them knocked out.
Like, yeah, they're fighting games. Like, I'm kind of done with the whole discourse of what's a fighting game and what's not. Like, are we really gatekeeping the freaking genre now? Are we really? Like,
yeah, I used to be one of those motherfuckers who not Smash as a fighting game. I said that shit's a party game. But as I got older, I'm like, you know what? Yeah, it doesn't play like a traditional fighter, but it's still a fighter.
Ask one of these freaking dudes that freaking talks about party games and see if they can define what a party game is.
I think a Mario Party.
I think of them games where it's like your freaking mom or your grandma, like your parents, could freaking play, because there was this freaking rhythm game called Tap on Wii, where it's like you put the controller like on a solid surface, and like you would have these different little mini games, like you would have like these characters like running a race or whatever, and you basically would tap to the rhythm to like jump over hurdles and do stuff or whatever.
Understandable,
that's a party game. That's a party game right there. Because my mom can play that mess.
I mean, I guess, but I also like a Mario Party. I think Mario Party like a party game. I look at that. I would look at,
What's a real fighting game? Like, what's a real fighting game though? That's the thing. Like, I know, like I've heard people say, like, what's real though? What's real? Like, what's a real fighting game?
I mean, I consider like UFC a fighting game.
I can get why they call those sports games, because it's that whole reality thing. Like, those are actually more based on realistic. Like, you don't have.
I mean, the concept's still the same.
And you don't have super moves, but here's the thing.
You see how I knock a motherfucker out.
And that right there, and also I wish this guy would not have taken down that video, because it was such a good video. But I get sometimes you want to like keep the videos that flow with like your channel up and like get rid of all the like trim the fat and everything. Because he had a video, because usually he talks about like creepy stuff like lost media and disturbing kids cartoons and stuff. Pretty much the same stuff that Creepy does, but he does like a lot of icebergs. And when I first got it, because he goes, I think his name is like Your Everyday Theorist on freaking.
Hold on, Chris, give me one second. Answer Suki. Like, you don't press a button. I mean, technically, a lot of fighting games now, Suki. You could press this one button and get a lot done. Tekken's Ace done it. King of Fighters 14, 15 done it. Yeah, you can press one button, get a lot. That may not be as creative as doing multiple buttons, but you can. But now go ahead, Chris. I'm sorry. I just want to answer 2 questions. I wasn't ignoring her.
It was just like he did a video where it's like he was talking about that whole thing where they were talking about tryhards are ruining games and everything, and he made I don't know what it is. I can't do the justice of the thesis that he had said, because if I say it, it's going to be very long. But basically, he was talking about people will say that when the meta of the game changes. It's like people will, like, when the meta of the game, like for instance, let's say the meta of KOF freaking is here, and like you have a whole bunch of these people who are at advantage or whatnot, or at least this patch favors them more, but then the meta does a hard shift, and then like now it favors somebody else, and then it's like, oh, like, you know, you're being a tryhard, and they're like, I wish he wouldn't have taken it down, because I can't do it justice, because I never thought about it like that, because I always didn't rock with that whole mess. But
I understand Suki though. Suki, and that's one thing I'm gonna say right now. Just because me and Chris may feel one way, this is not me saying that's in front of. This is life in general. You're allowed to have your opinion. Like, if you don't look at them as fighting games, Suki, and like at least in the traditional sense, please, Suki, don't feel like you gotta change your mind because me and Chris may see something differently. You're you, me and Chris are Chris is Chris. I'm Onyx. I love you saying like we're not like we're disagreeing. We're not talking about anything that, like, you know, politics, racism. We're talking about games. So you don't think those are fighting games, my dear? You are more than allowed to have that opinion, and no one should make you feel bad about it or anything less. If you don't view games like, let's say, Smash Bros or the Arena Fighter as like a fighting game in your sense, like you don't consider the same realm as like a Tekken, a Street Fighter, a Dead or Alive, or a Mortal Kombat, that's a-okay, my dear. Don't you feel like, well, damn, maybe I should. Like, no, that's fine. I feel like at the end of the day, the objective of those games is to knock a bitch out. That's right. They're not this. Now, is it a fighting game like there's way Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, Tekken, Dead or Alive is? No, but the concept, the overall concept is still the same. That's why I still consider a fighting game, maybe a different type of fighting game, but I still consider a fighting game. Okay, Chris, go ahead.
Yeah, that's basically, I guess I can't do it. I can't do this justice. I wish you wouldn't have taken it down, but since that was like a random game video, it's like I can understand, because like all his other stuff is like the stuff that Creeper talks about. The thing is, you change your mind when somebody presents like new information to you, or like you can't. See, here's the thing with you, Suki. Saying this, but see, here's the big thing that makes you different from everybody else that we talked about when it comes to what's a fighting game. You're not being venomous about it. You're just stating how you feel. You're not being venomous about it, because some people will take that mess far. I will always literally want to throw up every time I hear somebody talk about, you play Smash? Play a real man's fighting game. What's wrong with you? Like, that mess makes me throw up. That mess makes me want to throw up. I'm like, really? It reminded me of, like, my friends love the mess out of Mario Kart. They love Mario Kart. Diddy Kong Racing is like my favorite racing game in that particular type of racing, you know, not like the realistic NASCAR stuff, but like the cartoony stuff. Diddy Kong Racing is my favorite racing game.
Hold on, Chris, give me 1 sec. Oh, Damien, I see your comment. I've been seeing quite a few dogs lately, but like I said, because of my busy life, I'm not going to, no matter how much I may want a dog, I'm not going to get one. Maybe in my late 40s, early 50s, but I'm not going to get one. Go ahead, because Suki's getting to the Mario Kart topic now, so go ahead, Chris.
Because like they love Mario Kart. Like I said, Diddy Kong Racing is my favorite, like, type of, I guess, cartoonish racing game or whatever. That last Crash Team Racing, like, I forgot which one it was, but it came out on PS4, I want to say. And like one of my other friends had brought it over, and he was crazy about it. But he's that type of person where it's like they like a game if they can play it really well, but anything else where it's like they gotta work, they're like, no, this is trash. He kind of like that.
Fair enough.
When he brought the freaking Crash game over and tried to like get my Mario Kart loving friends to play, they tried it out, but like after like 3 games, they weren't feeling it. Because he was like, what's wrong with y'all? Like, y'all don't like this? It's like, nah, it's okay. We like Mario Kart more. And he's like, oh, come on, guys. Play a real man's racing game. I'm like, dude, it's Crash Team Racing. Yeah, like you playing freaking NASCAR. Yeah, like you playing NASCAR.
Gran Turismo, some shit. Like, calm down.
What the heck? It's like, and I uncharacteristically like just spoke at like, cause I'm like, man, it's Crash Team Racing. It's a cartoon freaking racing game, just like Mario Kart. Real man's racing game. It's not NASCAR.
Real man's
racing game. Need for Speed.
Like he's
it ain't that freaking all them other gimmicky freaking macho freaking dirt road freaking ATV freaking games. It's freaking CTR.
My favorite racing is Gran Turismo when I used to play with those types of games.
Stuff like that. See, like, I mean, I wouldn't call it real man's racing game, but I mean, like, it's more realistic. But, like,
they're using, like, you know, cars that actually exist.
See, like, that's the thing. See, you ain't being like that when it comes to the fighting game stuff, Suki. Like, people, like I said, I am not good at Smash. I'm not a Smash super fan. I'll play it, like, when I'm hanging out with friends or whatnot. Same thing with the Brawlhallas and Rushdown Revolts and all these other interesting platform fighters, but like, just because they're not my thing, I mean, I still call them fighting games, and like, they're still fighting games. Like, I'm not gonna be like, man, they're freaking what? Like, I'm talking about the people that just get like uppity about them as real man's fighting game. Street Fighter, Tekken. You ain't played Play Roar before. Oh, okay, I'll play Street Fighter. No, I'll play Street Fighter 2. Nostalgia.
Oh God,
just freaking. Go somewhere, man. Jesus. Jesus, go somewhere. I hate that mess. Let people play what they want to freaking play, man. Like, if they like the Smash, cool. Real man's fighting game, what is that? What is that? Y'all acting like y'all are freaking professional MMA fighters or something, and then just, like, come on, man. Y'all don't even play that mess. And it's funny because, like, even though MMA and boxing games are kind of like more sports games because they're, like, more realistic, a lot of the principles from like the fighting games, the Street Fighters, the Tekkens, they still apply. Neutral game, punishing, frames, it's all there. It's all there.
That's why I consider them in the same league. They're not like, yes, just like, yes, Mike Tyson cannot do a Hadouken. Yes, you know, but the point is, he's still just.
I'm laughing because I'm trying to imagine what that would sound like.
Oh my God.
What would that sound like?
But the same logic applies as they're trying to knock you out, so.
Y'all, like, people kept talking about, like, the whole copyright thing again. It's like, y'all realize, like, he didn't know Balrog was based on him until way, 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 way later.
Oh my God.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Hi, Peter.
Eat the well, Hadouken. I'm gonna eat the children.
I mean, yeah. I mean, but I consider that a little more sports because wrestling is like because there's so many ways you can win. The way you can win in wrestling, it's exactly the same way you can win in like a fighting game. That to me is a little more sports, in my opinion.
Imagine like you could just make somebody freaking tap out like in the middle of a fight. Like imagine like right now you make Antonov tap out and just the rest of his freaking health just gone.
Oh, imagine, Anton got DQ. Oh shit, that hit, you said the U card came out and hit me. That ain't supposed to happen. Anton gets a DQ. That's why I don't consider that one the same.
Oh God. People were talking about, like, again, I will admit, unlike most people, I'm not gonna hide it. I'm not gonna hide it.
Sure, Peter. And Peter, when you get checked, ask Damon where he's at. I agree, Suki. I agree.
Oh, wait a minute. So you were talking about arena fighters. Okay. Because, like, when you say anime fighters, it's like, I would think about the Naruto freaking games, but then also freaking stuff like Granblue and all that. The only anime that I could see, being like a freaking arena fighter and it works, even though I'll never like that genre, is like the Dragon Ball Z games. The Dragon Ball Z games, like, I liked Tenkaichi 3, and Fighters are still good. Fighters are still dope. But those two are like my favorite Dragon Ball games, man. Like the Budokai game, that is. The Tenkaichi games, I really
good. Well, you baby, goodbye. Like only you can
like the arena fighter genre, that's just whacked out. the arena fighter genre is whacked out. Like
It
again,
really
the only one I
is.
think that works. The one that I think that works is Dragon Ball, because Dragon Ball fights in the anime kind of take place in like arenas like that and everything. My biggest issue with those particular games, you know what my biggest issue with those games is? You'll know who's top tier because it's based on the lore. All the time.
Yep.
Whenever I play those freaking Naruto games, because I played, I actually had freaking Clash of Ninja on the Wii. And it's like all the Akatsuki members were annoyingly busted.
That's the thing with Suki. I want the anime games. Bye, David. Bye, you. Bye. I don't mind, like, you know, those types of anime fighters, like Dragon Ball Fighter Z. You know, Dragon Ball Fighter Z is not my thing because I'm not playing a game with a bunch of Gokus. I'm sorry, that's just boring. And I'm about to
ban. You know what? Eastern time. You know what? Eastern time. Get out of here. I was in a mood today. The arena fight, like that's just my thing with like the arena fighters, especially the ones that are based on franchises. You know who's gonna be top tier based on like the lore. Cause what's that yellow Flash freaking dude in freaking Naruto or whatever? Or what's his name?
His dad.
His dad.
I think his name
like,
Minato.
Yeah, like I saw like that character in action, and I'm like, what's supposed to stop this? Himself? As a matter of fact, Suki talking about this reminded me of something. That's part of the same reason.
Jujutsu Kaisen, yeah, it's Minato. I thought so.
That freaking whatchamacallit game also flopped way back then. That One Punch Man game also.
Yes,
flopped.
it did. Like arena fucking thing is, I feel like these games do not they do not look as fun. They look bad, and they look cartoony, but not in a good way. They look like and it's feel like you played. It's like so simple. That nigga was top tier. I bet he was, Suki. They just don't look. They don't look as good as fighting as they do as manga. They don't translate well. I think most arena fights is just dog shit.
Do you know this gentleman, Onyx?
David, you no, I do not know Tyler Falsetto. David.
They keep making every anime in the arena. Yeah.
David is a
the reason like, I don't like them, but I almost see why they make them all that much, because think about like the audience is like the audience that's actually gonna like that's into like those series. They're not into like the fighting, like the traditional fighters like we are, so that's why you got like the one button stuff, like the supers and everything. They know that audience is gonna be super casual, so.
Hold on, Chris. Give me that. Falsetto is a music-related name. David, get off your damn spot account.
I suck deep.
But get back to what I'm saying. I just cannot stand, you know, these fighting games are just like, these fighting games. David's working on my nerve, child. I can't stand arena fighters because of the fact that they feel like they all play the same too.
Whenever you're ready.
Whenever you're ready to be my guest.
Matter of fact, you got it open. Why don't you get yourself a band in for once? before you get to that.
Please, he's so annoying.
He has an army of them, my dad.
He does, because David used to be a professional.
That man has gotten banned out of LTG or somebody's freaking chat way too many times.
Yes, David is a professional. How many tell y'all about it?
Oh, I know.
This is one of my closest friends.
After I got foiled one time, I smartened up.
This man is a professional.
I hadn't banned the falsetto one because he did make a point, so I'll give him a pass on that. Because they do like it. Because they do. The best thing that those freaking games do is just, and like here's the funny thing about it, it's not even like the actual gameplay, because the gameplay in most cases does lack like actual substance, especially if you're like a fighting game traditional fan or whatever. What they actually do well, the single player content.
Yes, the single player content be A1. It's in bulks.
This is why, like I have said before, even though those are like old videos, I'm not saying adopt like the freaking gameplay of these games, but learn from these games where it's like, think about it. If you got like some really good freaking traditional, like, you know, you got something for the traditional hardcore fighting game people and everything, like with the traditional game, and you put in some single player content, like I said, that's why I just think, like I said, when SNK was being quiet about Halo at 15, the fact that it seemed like they didn't care about the mess, and on top of the fact that they gonna try to rev up this freaking single player experience with City of the Wolves is like a more ambitious product. It is.
It is, and I like the fact SNK is actually taking it serious to make the game have more replay value, cause that is so important.
But like I said, when it comes to like the whole arena thing, like, even though I still don't like it. The only game I think that works like that, like perfectly, is Dragon Ball, because the fights in like the manga and anime.
Major ass, Suki. Street Fighter 6, to me, in my opinion, this does give you a lot to do though. Street Fighter 6, honestly, people sleep on it. Street Fighter 6, that crazy mode they have, that I play that shit for my fun sometimes, and they do have World Tour. I still need to finish World Tour. I get bored after a while, but it's not because it's lacking content. I just be getting bored. But I do want to do. I'll probably do a World Tour stream. Actually, now I'm thinking about it. I'll probably stream some World Tour either Saturday or Sunday. One of those days, you're definitely getting. If I'm not sick or like God forbid, my depression ain't beating my ass. Or I'm not saying I want to get sick. You just never know. Like if something doesn't pop up, or my depression ain't decide to beat the fuck out of me that day, y'all gonna go to a World Tour stream either Saturday or Sunday.
What's up, Tyler? I mean, Damien.
But yes, most of these traditional fighting games have ass. Kind of gonna say right now, Tekken 8's solo content ain't all that, but it is a step above Tekken 7, so I'll give it that.
And Mortal Kombat got super experimental with that mess, like when the 3D era started, like specifically with Deadly Alliance. Like
they did. Deadly Alliance and Deception was great.
Yeah, like I'm sorry, like sorry not sorry, but I still think the best single player, like offline, not traditional freaking mode in a fighting game is still chess combat. That right there was such a genius idea. Like I wish somebody would just
the chess combat was dope. I love the chess combat. That was fun. I love playing that as well when I was like a teenager. That was fun.
Your name is Tyler.
Your name is Tyler. Your name is Peppa. The whole
Tyler.
Your name is Chris Lotus. Your name is Miss Otaku. Your name is LZT Leader. Just the list goes on and on.
I told you, man, you like that ultimate imposter freaking dude.
But yes, Suki, I want to take it forward so bad.
That mess. He doing like some of them freaking terrible regimes that burn all the books that talk about their freaking past and everything. He freaking bad to bad.
I agree though, Suki. I want to Tekken 4 so badly again. Tekken 4, especially in Tekken 4, was so fun. I don't remember. I cannot tell you how much time I spent playing Tekken 4, just playing Tekken 4. You're chicken. Raven, and you hear all these fucking weird ass calls out as you're playing the fucking game. This shit's be hilarious.
Yeah, when I think about, because last time I played anything like Tekken, I think the last Tekken Force I played was in Tekken 3, and of course I played Julia, and that reminds me of the one thing I really don't like about Julia. That Tekken 3 theme song is the most crummiest thing I've ever heard in my life.
I love her Tekken 3 theme.
I don't like it.
I love it. Okay. It's so hip, so like dum dum dum.
I mean, when it kicks in, it's okay. But I just I know it's just like the intro, but you know, like people talk about like the beginning of like a song or something like that. Right there is supposed to really get your attention one way or another. Whether you're building something up or whether you're just like, hey, this is gonna be a banger, you know.
I swear, you know, you obviously play, but not the same to me. I swear, I'm still in love with Nina's Tekken 3 theme. That is my shit right there.
Hey, man, like, man.
But I love Tekken Force. Hey, Hodge's theme in Tekken 3 was dope. I knew a guy when I used to live in Georgia. His name was Rodney. He was so good with Heihachi. He was a beast with Heihachi. That's the first time I ever see someone do a 10-hit combo with a character too.
I thought when you do 10-hit combos, I thought that's like you disrespected them. Like I thought it was meant to be like cheeky or something, or disrespecting them.
Well, it could be, but it's also showing how well you know your character. Because 10-hit combos are not easy. So I mean, it's less cheeky. I mean, it's like it can be cheeky in a sense, especially if you spam it. I remember I had a player try to spam that shit. I mean, Tekken 7, that shit was annoying as fuck.
This reminds me also too of like, it's so funny. This was like when I got back on freaking Twitter. One of the first posts I saw was something that I was like, I don't want my first tweet to be like me calling somebody out, but why did you say that? Because somebody said like, why can't they just take Tekken and reimagine it as an arena fighter? I'm like, that don't work.
No, that's disgusting. Ew, the bitch who said that, ew. KYS yourself. Well, I pretty much just said okay. KYS.
I'm like, that don't work. Exactly.
Ew, like that's disgusting.
Like,
that's a terrible idea. Made you never make video games.
Like imagine like, is it like you freaking do like the Geese Howard stage or whatnot? They could be hiding behind like the little freaking truck.
It would. It's so many ways.
Don't you already like not people like in Tekken 7 that would like not really engage or whatever? So imagine like somebody's not engaged and they're just hiding behind stuff.
Exactly.
Hide behind statues.
True. Because the last thing I want to do, baby, motherfuckers always be running in those fucking long ass fucking arena stage in Tekken 8 right now. That shit be bug blowing me so bad. We do, Suki, we do, but unfortunately, ain't no one wants to make them right now, which is heartbreaking. I remember there's supposed to be this 3D game called Godfighters. I even have like a trailer. I reblogged the trailer. Yes, I reblogged the trailer for it on my channel, and it was a 3D fighting game that never came to fruition.
Was it indie?
I'm guessing so. It was, but it would show that even like 2 years.
That could be kind of intimidating right there. Like, you know, you've been an indie game and it's like freaking Tekken got the market cornered, so it's like, but I mean,
yes,
I understand.
Please come back dead alive.
I've never like been in like the driver's seat when it comes to like business decisions, but I would just think like in this day and age, it's like people still love Tekken, but like some people want something a little bit different when it comes to 3D fighters. Like when you got something like Tekken that's cornered the market for so many years, it's like shoot your shot. You never know what'll happen. But I can understand it being intimidating if like you're a little indie developer and it's like you're going to basically be directly or indirectly competing with big bad Tekken. So.
But you gotta take a shot. You never know what's gonna happen. Like you gotta take your shot. It's better to try and fail than to be scared. It's like you not try at all. You gotta take a shot. And that's a little bit ironic for me because the conversation I had with my roommate the other day about something, but you know, that's a little different, but still, you gotta take a shot. Like, you never know what's gonna happen if you just put it out there. Like, yes, I'll speak as it's my shit. Forbidden didn't do as well as it did, but how would I know if Forbidden was gonna be a whatever book if I didn't even try? But, so I tell all these people in this world, just, if you got an idea, if you got the resources, go for it. Because you never know. And even then, there's people like right now, that game called Forcepire. It's still in development. It's still been working on its 4 characters, and they still keep going
into that game. I can't wait.
But they're still going on strong. So I don't give up. You never know. You just gotta. It may not happen overnight, but if you persistent with it, something will give eventually. And I believe you will find your audience. Like Pocket Bravery, I believe it's gonna find its audience. It's not finding it right away, but I bet you it's gonna get them in due time. And whenever Blazing Strike comes out,
right now they're just kind of, you know, it's the whole platform thing right now, so it's just PC. But yeah, like I don't know if you were there when I played it on stream, like one of my last streams or whatnot, but I don't know if you heard me say it, but I do think Pocket Bravery has something special. The way they presented their freaking story, I like that. It was something new. I like that. You know, and I think like when you have a new franchise like that and there's a whole bunch of characters and everything, like almost new characters because they have a guest character, Sho Kamui from
Breakers Revenge.
Yeah, Breakers. I don't think it's Sho Kamui. I think it's something else.
I think his name is Sho.
It is Sho Kamui. It is because I was thinking about Sho Hayate. Okay, yeah, it's Sho Kamui. Gotcha. But yeah, like that story seems pretty interesting in the way they presented it. Like, you know, you got some cutscenes that look like visual novels, and then you have like they made like little mini games that kind of like, you know, remind you of platformers. Like,
oh yes, Suki, I agree. Keep the 2D fights out of Tekken. Tekken
Let
8
me
is
ask all
annoying
of you
enough.
Tekken. Y'all play a lot more Tekken than I have in the past while. So let me ask y'all a question. Then, since you mentioned the 2D fighter thing, I want you to imagine like the two fighters, three. Well, I don't think you want to count. I don't think y'all count what you call. Even though she plays like a 2D fighter, I don't think you'll count a lot.
I don't count live to know she is a Tekken character.
But the two 2D characters in Tekken 7. Let me ask y'all this: with the way in your experience with Tekken 8. If those two characters were in that game, would they be even more annoying because of how the gameplay has shifted from Tekken 7 to Tekken 8?
Yes! Do you know how... I would not want to imagine Akuma in with heat burst. I do not want to imagine Geese using heat or anything like that. I will cry. I will cry. Man!
Sounds like I have a majority answer, okay.
Man!
I haven't played Tekken 8 yet. I want to, but like,
man,
you know...
I will
American
cry.
health system freaking sucks of that one, but it's like, sorry I said that.
y'all recall me dating the match that I will be wage quitting.
I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have said that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that. I shouldn't have said that.
Like it's shit. Like man, I'll be in tears.
Man, you know, like if freaking Moopoke hadn't done it first. If Moopoke had done it first, Damien could have done like a series of videos where like he takes like a very blatantly broken character and like makes a video where it's called such and such is a fair character. Because Moopoke did that, and I like that mess was hilarious. Because actually you be doing the opposite of what Moopoke did, because when Moopoke did those videos, and if that name isn't ringing any bells, it's because he played like Persona, Grand Blue. I first learned about him with Persona because he had a clip where he did like a dive kick joke or whatever. But he had this little running gag on his channel where he would basically take a low tier character that had a very easily exploitable gimmick that most people would fall for. And he would talk about, and he would basically say, like, for instance, like I know his Grand Blue video was Lil Wayne, like the bros. Lil Wayne's a fair and balanced character. And it's because everybody kept getting got by freaking that giant thing. I think her name's Iggy, the little giant woman that like would basically show up and Idrisel, yeah. And on top of that, just the fact that that character's kind of busted when the netcode wasn't all that solid. So it's like a lag safe character.
I remember that day. I used to play Grand Blue, and when someone did Idrisel me with shitty connection, forget about it. It was like I just lost.
But yeah, like basically the joke would be he would take a low tier character with like their one most powerful tool, and he would basically show him like just catching his friends with it, and he would title the video such and such is a fair and balanced character, when in reality the character is actually very low tier. He did one for Lil Wayne in Grand Blue. He did one for I think Shadow Labrys in Persona.
Shadow Labrys was low tier?
I don't know about that. That might have been the opposite.
I think Shadow Labrys because I seen people play that character. Ah, damn it. Then I want to get hit by ES Galactic.
I almost wanted to do a troll series, and then Onyxe is probably going to kick me out of the freaking chat when I say this. I was almost going to do like a freaking Dale Brown freaking type of series where I was teaching people how to incorrectly.
Oh God! Oh my God! Oh Jesus Christ! Oh, Persona music be hitting, Suki. I could jam to some Persona music. You know, y'all gonna call me creepy for this, but oh well, this is the chat. I tonight go to sleep, listen to Silent Hill music.
I do that too. Because there's a nice little playlist that somebody put out there where it's like they, I guess, do some reverb on it where it's like a lot more atmospheric, and it's like this is soothing.
I be going to sleep to that shit. That's something I be able to have nights I have a hard time sleeping because I'm one of those people I sleep better when there's some kind of sound in the background. But I also, because sometimes I don't know what I would do too. A lot of times I'm like, we watch Damien streams. I will have Damien streams playing as I'm going to bed, but I'm not actually watching the stream. I'm hearing it. It's on. I just use it as sound because it helps me fall asleep.
It's interesting that you said you wanted to try the Persona game. Persona game was like, it's almost kind of like with Dragon Ball FighterZ, where they, at least in my opinion, they did pretty well at like balancing like the whole thing, because that game had an auto combo mechanic in it as well.
It did.
But at the same time, if you just did auto combos, you weren't maximizing your damage.
Carry that or.
Because you could do like a lot of, like, it was, Persona I think was like the first game when the new wave started that actually did a good balance between giving the casuals the training wheels whilst not making the game completely dry. The funny thing about it is, Persona 4 Arena was my introduction to that series. I didn't realize that there was a widely
After
beloved
RPG.
PS2 RPG. And the funny thing about it was, I loved the music so much in Arena. I'm like, man, where's this freaking soundtrack at? Because I did a pre-order, and what they gave me was like a disc with 5 tracks on it. And I'm like, this ain't all the music. And I was like, oh, they retooled and repurposed the music from the anime and brought it to the fighting game. Okay, that makes sense. But yeah, I love, like, as a matter of fact, one of my favorite music channels on here, which I know a lot of y'all might also appreciate. Let me see if I get his name, because he named himself after the freaking Darkstalkers character.
Dimitri?
No, it's Zabel BGM. In other words, freaking Lord Raptor's Japanese name. Yeah, Zabel and capital space and capital BGM. I'm not sure I'm sorry, like I don't want to get the pronouns wrong because I don't know like what they are. But they, just to keep it simple, they make some of like the best relaxing video game music playlists. Like there's relaxing sky level music, there's relaxing Flowery Spring music, relaxing PS1 music, part 1. That right there is a masterpiece. Relaxing Dreamcast music, relaxing PS2 music, you get the picture. Check them out. Because, boy, this stuff has gotten me through some really good, really long, really grueling freaking editing sessions. Also, shoutouts to this one smaller creator called KOF Hero. They made like a chilled out fighting game playlist, and from what I heard so far, it's actually pretty good.
I might check
that out. There was a Maximum
today.
Impact Regulation A song I had never heard, and I'm like, this is going in one of my videos. I didn't play reggae. I didn't think we get reggae. Maximum Impact Regulation A. Because it sounded like I was saying reggae.
Yeah, no, I know you meant Regulation A, guys. I obviously knew you meant Regulation A.
Oh, man. Why you spam the thumbs down on my comments regarding Chun-Li? Because you don't disrespect the Capcom fighting game queen, I guess. Like, I know I've been telling a whole bunch of different stories about everything with the freaking videos blowing up, Damien, but have you not learned that you don't talk about Street Fighter 2 characters badly? You don't do that, apparently. You mentioned Chun-Li, that's even worse than me talking about Bison.
Yeah, oh, you will catch prayer. But Damien will actually rebel that shit. Damien, these motherfuckers would not, honestly, they would just be giving Damien what he wants. Damien one of those people, the way, if you're dealing with Damien, I mean, honestly, Damien have a serious conversation. Damien, you know, me and Damien talk about other stuff too. But when it comes to the internet shit, I think Damien's one of the worst people to try to fuck with. Because that way, that man would get you. Trust me,
he's kind of like, yeah, he's kind of sort of like my big brother, Big Johnny. Like, we're not blood related, the bond is just that strong. I've known him ever since I was in college. But, the thing is, like, Big Johnny's, like, you know, probably, like, one of the sweetest people you'll ever meet. Like, he's really nice. It's very laid back. It's just, that's why I say that, because it's freaking, I've been there when he's been pissed, and it's scary. It is scary. But I mentioned him because, especially with video games, if he knows that he's getting on your nerves or something, he will work that nerve. He will work that nerve.
Like Damien, like Damien's that person. Oh, I'm bothering you. Okay, let me troll your ass harder. Let me see. Damien's like, you know, after the situation where, you know, we're not gonna bring that up, but we all know the situation. I mean, I was like, everybody was kind of mad at Damien, and I was still, you know, which I'm glad I stood by Damien's side. I told Damien, you gotta stop doing that to it. We're friends. Just have your fun, you know. But don't do that to him. And he definitely stopped. But Damien's one of those people I believe is a person. Not saying no one. Someone will try him. Not saying that, but I feel like if someone really came in like in Damien's comment trying to do like talk crazy to him, Damien said, "Oh, bitch, you knew well like you're on the internet. I'm just not gonna troll the fuck out of you till I get bored."
The crazy thing about that is, it's like, because my big brother Big Johnny, people have sent him like hate mail, like, you know, like freaking hate messages like online or whatever. Then, and in my mind, especially seeing like whenever, because like it's all like in good fun with the game, like, you know, trolling people and everything and all that. Even he'll do it and all that. Like, for instance, he really freaking hates Street Fighter Sagat. He hates freaking Sagat. He hates Sagat like crazy, and like almost like he would either do one of two things. Like, if you pick Sagat against him, either A, he'll pick a character that if he knows you don't like them, he'll pick them. Or what he'll do is he'll pick Sagat and he'll be like, there we go, Tiger Genocide. Regardless of who wins, it's Tiger Genocide. But I always tell people, I'm like, why would y'all waste time sending hate messages to him then? Because all he's going to do is he's going to laugh at you. I think one time he brought like his console over to a friend's house, and like I think he was online playing something, and I think like he spammed this person that just would not block a fireball to save their entire freaking family tree.
Jesus Christ.
And then the person sent a hate message. I was like, man, you freaking spamming freaking F word, you freaking spamming F word, and he just laughed. I'm like, I'm witnessing it right there, and I'm like, people, do not just because people might call Big Johnny like a big old teddy bear or whatnot.
Do not poke the bear.
It ain't so much poking the bear. It's like if you poke him, he's just gonna laugh. Like I could not be a freaking hot-headed freaking soda-sucking freaking gamer that loses their freaking blood pressure and temper over a game to send somebody a hate message hoping that I crush their entire foundation. And what did they do? They laugh at me. It couldn't be me. You just blew a freaking gasket for somebody to laugh at you like a clown. I got somebody really tilted because it was so funny. Like I never got any freaking hate messages in Rumbleverse when it was up until one of the last days before the servers went down. And when he sent me that mess, I just literally took from my big brother Big Johnny. I just laughed at him, and this dude got tilted. He's like, "Why you laughing at me? Why you disrespecting me? Are you disrespecting me? Why you laughing at me?" I'm like, this is the thing. Like, what do I do here?
No funny thing. The other day, someone sent me a hate mail on Tech 8. Hey, you wasn't Tech 8, be something else. Someone called me a Smurf account because they were like a YG, like a really high. And I was like playing Nina's Mighty Ruler. I beat them because I realized what the fuck they're doing. They're playing like a bitch. So I realized how to beat them. And this motherfucker said, "Oh, you're a Smurf. You're a Smurf." I'm like, bitch, I ain't no fucking Smurf. You just type terrible.
I ain't saying that word out loud, dude. I don't care if like, well, you're freaking demisexual. Like, no, I'm still not gonna say it. And seeing how you've been trolling or whatnot, you gonna clip that mess out of context because YouTube has a clipping feature. He's like, "Ooh, he said." Chris Lotus exposed. He said F it. He said the F word. Fascinating.
I am not a Smurf account, child. I just feel like I've been playing the game so fucking long.
He won the first match, then I won the second, then left. It's so funny you mentioned that, and I just mentioned my big Johnny, big Johnny. So again, the man is he's a big freaking he's a big cool man or whatever. Like even like he always is always like, why are you getting mad about a video game? It's just a game. Like that's like one of his mantras. Which I'm glad I met him because even like back when I first met him, he could tell you I had a temper. But because it's funny, he once told me a story about, because at first I was bragging about it. I was like, man, John is never gonna rage quit on anybody. He's like, well, there was one time, and I'm like, I'm like, you did? I'm like, what happened? Long story short, this was when Marvel vs. Capcom 3 Vanilla was out, which that was crazy days.
Well.
And this one, like, I'm pretty sure all of us have experienced this during a session of a fighting game. Like, maybe it's the matchmaking, maybe it's the fact that not a lot of folks are on, and you run into the same person several times back to back. I'm not sure, like, you ever experienced that. Apparently he did.
And that happens to Damien ass a lot. And it would be so fucking funny. Damien will beat someone in Tekken 8, and that's even Tekken 7 days when I used to watch Damien. Damien will beat someone up, teabag, control him, and he'll get matched with that same person, and that person will just go so crazy against Damien. That shit be the most funniest shit that be happening. Cause like, imagine being addicted to somebody and you got stuck to fight their ass again. That motherfucker's like, okay, bitch, payback time.
You know, and that's where the story is going, because I think it was I think Johnny ran into this guy 3 times. The first match they played, John had lost, like he lost the match. He ran into the same guy again. The second time, John was about to win the match, but before the character went down, they DC'd.
Wow.
John plays a third match, and despite the fact that happened, guess who he ran into? Same guy. And the guy beats John, but John actually hit the switch on him and rage quit before he got his freaking cat. Cause I'm over here. When he told me he actually rage quit on somebody, I was expecting like. Did he,
Oh, Chris, Damien has a question for you.
Have I heard your music? I heard you sing. Like you put a clip of you singing in the chat.
You know, Damien, you could drop a link to your Lost or any song that you got ready, or you know you can do that. I'll tell you guys all the time. You guys can promote yourself in my stream. If I know you, I don't care if you promote. I mean, that don't mean don't spam my stream with promotion, but you're allowed to drop like a link or two to your channels. You guys are all allowed to do that.
What if Tyler or the freaking other guy came in there and dropped a link to his freaking music and they just said they were a Damien fan?
I'm like, Damien, you better promote yourself, Cap. Like, you better fucking promote yourself.
He didn't even buy that. I was trying to help though. Like, you know, how could he share his own link without it being? I'm like, well, I'm a big Damien DeMax fan.
Oh, well, against me, he teabagged and left at the one match. Got matched with him again. I hope you fucked him up, Suki, when you did.
He left during the loading screen.
Oh, he left during the Oh God. Anyway, guys, this is the end of the stream. Chris, thank you as always for being my co-host. I adore you. Thank you so much, Chris.
Fun. Happy birthday, Zazzy.
Guys, I'm out now. I gotta get ready for work. Catch you guys later. I'll catch you guys Saturday or Sunday. I'll let you guys know in advance, but Saturday or Sunday I'll be playing some Street Fighter 6 World Tour. I need to catch up on some old missions. Anyways, guys, I love you guys. Have a good night. Take care. Bye-bye.